His manager continually repeats, pitching is what winning baseball is all about. So, for Mattis, it's showing the manager and everyone else that he can be consistent. He gets a chance against the Red Sox next. It's the Orioles on Masson, and here at Birdland tonight, a beautiful evening for Game 2 of this series against the Red Sox. The Red Sox opening up last night with an 8-6 win against the Orioles. For the O's, they are still in first place, 2 games ahead of Tampa Bay. It's New York and Boston now tied for last 5.5 out, but the Red Sox are the red-hot team in the American League. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and we welcome you to Camden Yards. The All-Star game is going to be in Kansas City this year. We've talked about potential All-Stars from the Orioles, none more so than their center fielder, Adam Jones. He is off to a tremendous start this year. It will be tough, though. It always is in getting votes in the outfield. Take a look at probably the leading candidates for that center field position. Now, Josh Hamilton has played other positions, but right now, the majority of his starts have been in center. Adam Jones with the big numbers that he has put up, and Curtis Granderson with the Yankees at 255, 13 homers, 23 RBIs. Even if Hamilton is going to go, which he surely will, unless it all falls apart, Adam Jones' numbers certainly are there, making him deserving, Mike, of a trip to Kansas City.
Well, they sure are. His numbers speak volumes, but Adam Jones has been a complete player all year for the Orioles. Their superstar. He's done it defensively. He's done it running the bases. We've seen aggressive slides, taking out middle infielders, and he's been so potent with that bat. Power numbers up. Everything is up for him. His walks are slightly up. Strikeouts are down. He's becoming more mature at the plate, commanding his strike zone the way he should, and he's showing the power late in games to help this team win late-inning ball games.
And he's going to come into tonight's game with a career-high 13-game hit streak. He's tying a 13-game mark that he's had before a couple of times tonight. He's going to try and make it 14. And the Orioles tonight behind Brian Mattis, as we said, looking for consistency. You better not make mistakes up in the strike zone against this Boston team.
Well, we saw it last night. Every time a pitch got elevated, it got hit hard. But Brian Mattis has pitched pretty well recently. His last 2 starts, the 3.86 ERA. And I think so much of Brian, for him to have success, is just the confidence. And when he's feeling good about himself out there, which he slowly but surely has, I think his command's going to go up. And mastering that changeup. Him and Rick Adair have been working hard at that and creating some depth in there, and he's going to need that tonight against this powerful Red Sox lineup.
Now, we may have Mike Bordick joining us here in the booth tonight. We'll see about that as the game goes along. He's meeting with the press right now. The announcement late this afternoon that, I say, Brian Roberts is going to be going to Bowie. Might be there too, is going to go and start the rehab process. Surprised or not?
Not really. I think it's great news. Brian's worked hard, at trying to get himself back into game shape, and I think mentally he's ready to go. He's not been gnawing at the bit here for the last couple weeks, really pushed himself and put himself through the grind out there, and I'm really happy for him, and I know the Orioles are happy for him to get out there.
Well, we'll hear from him on tape or here in the booth live during our broadcast. As when we come back, it's the middle game of the 3-game set, Red Sox-Orioles. is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Jeep. Jeep and the unique brand of freedom you'll find only in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Well, it was supposed to be a rainy day all day. It's turned out to be a very good afternoon and an even prettier evening. Our train game time temperature at 76 degrees. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Here's the starting lineup for the Red Sox, brought to you by Dodge. Aviles, Pedroia, Ortiz, Gonzalez, Youkilis is back, activated today. Middlebrook, Saltalamacchia, Daniel Neva, and Marlon Byrd. Those are the career numbers for Youkilis back in the lineup against the O's. See your authorized Dodge dealer. Experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup.
There's a scouting report on Brian Mattis tonight. Get ahead. It's key. Quality first pitch strikes are going to be the key for Brian. He's been about 50% this year throwing first pitch strikes, and it's going to be beneficial for him to improve in that category on a couple fronts, limiting his pitch count and getting deeper into this ball game. Change up. He's been working hard with Rick Adair on improving the depth of this pitch, and he's going to need that against this tough Red Sox lineup. Keeping his composure. Brian's pitched better in his last two starts. Keeping his confidence and composure is going to be a key for him to have success and be successful tonight.
He will make his first outing against the Boston Red Sox this season. He carries a 2-1 career mark against the Red Sox with a 4.02 earned run average. And we're underway. Showing bunt, taking it for a strike. Aviles, the leadoff batter. Mike Aviles hitting .279, 8 home runs, and 28 RBIs on the season. In at third base, Tollison. Aviles will take the pitch away for a ball. Rather than bunting of late, what he's been doing is hitting home runs. Aviles has had at least a run in each of the last 4 games in that leadoff spot, driving in a run in those games. 5 RBIs in the last 4. Brian Mattis' pitch will miss away, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
Well, he was very aggressive last night on a lot of first pitches, and you could tell he had one thing on his mind, and that was to continue that home run streak that he'd had.
He came up one after the first pitch. He will foul that one away. Aviles comes in with a 7-game hit streak under his belt, and 2 for 5 in the ball game last night. Bobby Valentine's team back to 500 for the 3rd time this year. They are 21-21, 5.5 games out. 2-2 delivery on the way. Does not get the call. Wanted that one. Larry Vanover didn't give it to him.
No, down and in pitch right there. Brian, pretty good pitch, though. That's a quality pitch. Really surprised that Aviles laid off it. Good job of hitting.
And the count goes to 3-2. The delivery. And Aviles will put that one in the air to right field, not deep. Markakis plenty of time to get under.
Well, here's the Orioles defense tonight. Avery out in left field. Jones in center. Markakis in right. Steve Tollison gets to start at third base. J.J. Hardy and Robert Andino up the middle. Wilson Betterment over at first, and Matt Wieters doing the catching.
And that'll bring up Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia adding numbers last night, put 3 more on that batting average, going 2 for 4. He's got a 3-game hit streak going. Mattis has pitched to him, an off-speed breaking ball that is in there for a strike. This lineup is loaded with hitters who do well against left-handers. And there's one of the best, Ortiz, waiting on deck. Pedroia this season hitting just .250 so far against lefties with a home run. And he will foul that one away, and a 2-strike count. Now for Brian Mattis, Mike, I was looking at numbers today, just happenstance actually. When he gets 2 strikes on a hitter, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2, 0-2, he gets hammered. I mean, it's got to be he doesn't have a put-away pitch.
Well, I think a lot of it is that changeup. You know, he hasn't been very effective with that pitch, and for early on in his career, that was his bread and butter pitch. I mean, it's so effective, had great deception, looked just like his fastball coming out of his hand, and then the late drop at the end. And he's been inconsistent with that pitch, and he's made mistakes with it up in the zone.
Well, you don't see that very often, especially with starters. When they get ahead on the count, generally they rule. 1-2 delivery, slow roller. Tollison got him on that one.
Well, there it was. There it was right there. That was a great pitch, that changeup down and away. And here's Brian Mattis' declining changeup. So they say obviously the success, you can tell by the numbers. 2010, really holding his opponents to a low batting average of 276 and his changeup efficiency up to 64.6. And this year, the numbers down quite a bit. Batting average up, and that changeup efficiency at 55.1%. So improving that is obviously a key to Brian Manis' success.
2 down, nobody on. That will bring up David Ortiz, the designated hitter. Had a 1 for 4 in the ball game. He struggled against Brian Manis. Only 1 hit in 10 at bats against Manis. And the breaking ball in the inside corner for a strike. But he sure hasn't struggled against left-handers overall this season. The numbers, in fact, for him against lefties, that 333 average is exactly what he's got against lefties and righties. Same average coming into this game. 4 of his 10 home runs have been hit against left-handers. 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss, and a good pitch, 0-2.
Yeah, I think that theory about lefty on lefty matchups is kind of going by the wayside. You know, I mean, a hitter like David Ortiz, who's been in the game for so long, is just so used to seeing lefties. He's faced some of the toughest lefties in the game, and he's just getting comfortable seeing them. There was a time when there just weren't as many, you know, so the matchups counted, you know, and they could be more effective.
Well, Ortiz against the left-handers is tied for first in the majors with 10 extra base hits, 38 total bases off lefties, and he's also tops against lefties with that 330 average and a 584 slugging percentage going back to last year through this year. Fouls that one off, and the count goes to 1-2. Take a look at our PNC Inside the Numbers regarding David Ortiz. His career as a DH over 1,400 games now. Remember, he played first base before, but his career is now based on the DH numbers, and they are so strong. He is number 1 among DH hitters in home runs. And Brian Manis gets it and has a good inning. He retires the side in order. The Orioles and Dino, Hardy, Markakis, and the rest when we come back. Tollison and Avery for Nick Markakis, a 6-game hit streak coming into tonight's ball game.
Well, here's the scouting report on Felix Dubron. He's effectively wild. He averages 4 walks per 9 innings, but he's still able to get his strikeouts, averaging 9 Ks per 9 innings. Efficiency has been, you know, an issue for Felix this year, throwing almost 19 pitches an inning, which in turn has led to shorter outings. His longest outing just 6 1/3 innings on May 7th against Kansas City Royals. He's looking to go deep, obviously, after talking about his problem with pitch efficiency. He has to make some adjustments to get deep into this game. The Red Sox used their whole bullpen last night, and Bobby Valentine would like to keep that bullpen strong.
And he would like to get into the Red Sox bullpen, which was used extensively, and get the starter out and get the bullpen of the Red Sox used again. You see the numbers, not much of a difference. 258 lefties, 255 righties. Dubron does not give up home runs. He's only given up 3 in the year. And comes in with his first start against the Orioles. He's pitched in relief a couple of times against the O's, but those are the only times he's faced the Orioles, allowing a couple of hits in 2/3 of an inning of relief work. Foul back. Andino moves up into that top spot now as the Orioles continue to reverse 9-1. Avery leads off for the right-handers. Andino leads off against the left-handers. And Buck Showalter doing that, obviously, because of the numbers. And Andino will fight that one away. Andino had a 1 for 4 in the ball game last night. Avery gets to hit in the 9 spot, or as a lot of managers call it now, the second leadoff spot.
Exactly. I mean, he's got so much speed down there, and he's been able to get on base. On base percentage high, so utilizing Andino and Avery.
And an off-speed pitch and a good one. That just completely locked him up. And a strikeout.
Well, and he threw all strikes right there, which is pretty impressive. So he's made some adjustments. A couple fastballs to start Andino off, a breaking ball, and then a big one for a strike. Hangs up in the zone and has late bite right down into the middle of that strike zone. Pretty good pitch.
Andino didn't even look back as soon as the ball went by. He started for the dugout. Here's J.J. Hardy. Hardy will take it down low for a ball. Hardy with the .251, 9 home runs so far, and a big .378 batting average off left-handers. He is among the top 10 in that department in the American League, starting the day 6th in average against lefties. 1 ball, 1 strike count. DeBron's delivery, and there's that off-speed pitch again. I asked J.J. before the game, all right, give me your scouting report on the 24-year-old left-hander. J.J. said he's got 5 pitches, and he'll throw them all. Said he's really good with the 2 and the 4 and the changeup, and he likes to throw a backdoor slider, which is the one Hardy worries most about as a right-handed hitter. He said that backdoor slider is real tough, and he's not afraid to throw it anywhere in the count. Yeah, well, JJ's seen a lot of breaking balls here recently since he's been heating up, and with his power numbers here early in the season at a high level. That one came in, fought off. He's going to continue to see a lot of breaking balls, but you know, DeBron, I think obviously JJ giving you some information on him being able to mix it up and use all his pitches, and in some cases it's hurt him this year where he's fallen deep into counts and raised his pitch count. He's only 24 years old. 2-2 delivery and just missed. DeBron was headed to the third base side to get the ball back after it was thrown around for a strikeout. Yeah, pretty good pitcher's pitch down and away, just catching that corner. And the count goes full, 3-2. Out of Venezuela, has been in the Red Sox organization for 8 years now, even though he's only 24. 3-2 delivery on the way, and he walked it. There's the problems that have occurred for him. Strikeouts and walks, there are lots of them. Well, I think command of those off-speed pitches. Here's the Red Sox defense tonight. Nava in left field, Bird in center, Gonzalez in right field. Middlebrooks over at third, Aviles at short, Pedroia at second base, and Kevin Youkilis back at first base after a stint on the DL, and Salta Lamacchia doing the catching for the Red Sox. Kevin Youkilis over there at first base as he's back, and they had to make the roster change prior to the game tonight as Youkilis played at AAA Pawtucket to get some games in. And here's Nick Markakis. Nick comes in with a 6-game hit streak. He continued it with a 1 for 3 in the ball game last night. And for Markakis on the season, hitting only 190 against left-handers so far. Nick last year against the lefties hit 261. So you got to believe that number is going to go up as the season moves along. And the pitch will be taken away for a ball. And the count will go to 1-1. You do have to be patient against this young left-hander for the reasons Mike was talking about, because you're never quite sure where the ball's going to be. Right. Well, I think his fastball command is okay. It's just the off-speed stuff, and he just doesn't have enough confidence in continuing to throw that fastball, and then maybe able to get chases with the off-speed stuff. That ball's going to be up the middle for a base hit. It'll be picked up by Bird. Holding Hardy at second base, and Markakis has a 7-game hit streak. He gets that taken care of in a hurry with a single here in the first inning. Well, fastball in, and Nick Markakis able to just get enough of the barrel on the ball, staying through it. Beautiful ISO right there with his head down on the ball. Hard to the middle. Base hit for Nick Markakis. So the Orioles get a chance to get on the board early with Markakis getting the single. Runners at first and second, only one away. And the hottest hitter in the Orioles right now is Adam Jones, and he's going to stand in. Continuing his hit streak, tying a career high last night. He's hit in 13 in a row. Trying for a new record in his young career in hit streaks if he can get another hit tonight. And the pitch away, and he did not go around. Brian Gorman down at first base. Adams hitting .262 off the lefties, .321 off righties. He's had a powerhouse here in May. He's picked up 8 home runs, leading the Orioles in homers this month, and hitting .279 in the month of May. Part of that, of course, that big hit streak.
Yeah, well, you know what's impressed me the most about Adam Jones is he's being able to hit all kinds of pitches. He's seeing a heavy dose of breaking balls. They're pitching him stuff tough with the fastball, in and out, and he's still able to stay consistent up there.
The Orioles last night were 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They've moved up the ranks. They were dead last for a long time, about 6 weeks. But the team now, as a club, hitting .252, and that is 6th best in the American League all of a sudden. Some of the teams at the top have come back a little bit, and some of the others, the Orioles have gone by.
Well, it's kind of interesting when a team starts having success in winning ball games. Players tend to relax a little bit more, and they don't have to force the issue with runners on base. And I think that's what's happening to the Orioles hitters right now. They're having some success winning ball games. When guys are on base, they don't stress out about those situations. They're just going up there, seeing the ball, and putting good swings on it, and good things are happening.
And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And for Adam Jones so far this year, .306 with runners in scoring position. He's been one of the leaders of the Orioles in that department. 1 down, 2 on. Dubron with a long hold. Here's the 1-2. Jones will fight that one off as Dubron came in on him. Right off that top hand. Dubron, like the starter last night, Buchholz, they are 1 and 2 in run support in the American League. They get over 7 runs per start offensively from their ball club.
Yeah, it must be nice, right?
Must be. That'll get you to 4 and 1.
Yeah.
In a hurry. 1-ball, 2-strike count again on at second base. Hardy and Markakis off first. Orioles looking for a first inning run against him. Dubron uses that high set. And an off-speed delivery and a nasty one. 2 down.
Boy, that was one of his best breaking balls right there. Shows itself out over the plate, and that nasty bite at the end, down and in. Swings over the top of it.
Our Nissan Pitch Track. Get to a Nissan dealer for great deals on innovation you can count on. Innovation for all. So that will leave it up to Matt Wieters. One of the problems for the Orioles last night, unable to come up with that big hit when they had opportunities. The Orioles stranded 5 in the ball game, had some chances late. Matt Wieters hopes the drought that he was in has ended. He got out of an 0 for 20 in the ball game last night. He's had only 5 hits in his last 43 at bats. And that obviously has dumped that average down a bit to 245. 2 on and 2 down. And Wieters punches that one foul. You can see why Dubron has some success against right-handers. He's really able to get that ball in on the hands.
Yeah, he bores that breaking ball in there. Very effective. I mean, if he can mix up his pitches and continue to throw that slider down and in, but keep him off balance, off the fastball with his changeup, you know, he's going to be effective and have success.
Bob McClure, pitching coach, looking up. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Stays in there, but will miss down low. Dubron comes in 7th in strikeouts per 9 innings. With the 2 he's got tonight, he's up to 46. And he has 21 walks. Better than a 2-to-1 ratio in strikeouts to walks so far this year. 1 ball, 2-strike count to Wieters. And that will be slashed foul the other way.
Well, we've talked about the concern of Matt Wieters catching so many innings behind the plate and just the workload that he's had to endure. But what a tribute to him, because today he comes out, takes extra batting practice, continues to work hard at his craft. So he's a grinder, and he's in it right now. Wants to continue to get better.
Sitting 3-0-3 off left-handers, and DeBron's pitch will be away, and the count will go to 2-2. And now a big chance for Matt here with the runners on at first and second, obviously going on contact, so a chance to get something off the Red Sox starter. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. And that pitch is going to be taken down low, so the count will go to 3-2.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches, and scouting report has kind of held true. He has 2 Ks and a base on balls already, but a high pitch count already here in the first inning.
That is exactly what most of his season has looked like. He has won the last 3 outings against Kansas City, Cleveland, and Tampa Bay, pitching 6 1/3, 6 innings, and 5 2/3. 2 of the 3 with over 110 pitches, and the other one with 97. Oriole base runners, first and second, 3-2. Runners will go, and that's going to be to center field. Going back on it is Bird, and he's got it. Leaders retired, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 are left on. Brian Roberts will be joining us. We'll talk with him when we come back. Because it really does matter when he is able to get ahead on the count. A much better chance of finding the out, even though he has the problems with the 2-strike mark. As hitters, after he goes 1-0, are hitting .348. After he goes 0-1, still hitting high, but at .277. Substantial difference. And in the first inning, he got ahead of all 3 hitters and got the fly ball, ground out, and a strikeout.
Yeah, he had a great first inning. He made a lot of quality pitches. He utilized his changeup and able to mix in some breaking balls as well. That fastball command, that's a key early.
Gonzalez with a shift on, tried to bunt in the first inning. That is going to be swung on and missed. Gonzalez moves to the 4-hole, Ortiz to the 3-hole against the left-hander Brian Mattis. Gonzalez is 3 for 3 in the only times he has faced the Orioles left-hander. 0-1 count, hitting at .271, and will take the pitch down low.
Well, you saw him swing at that first breaking ball, and I think that's set up because Brian Mattis has been attacking the strike zone. So hitters are going to see that, recognize that, and being more aggressive early, and you get a chase right there from Gonzalez first pitch.
Now they move Tollefson at third back to that shortstop spot, and he goes the other way. Did that the other night, last night, and he's got a base hit. So Gonzalez is on with a leadoff single here in the second inning. The big news today for the Orioles, Brian Roberts is in fact going to start his rehab. Is going to do it in fact tomorrow, a little bit earlier than everybody anticipated. Thanks for coming on.
Sure, no problem.
Got a big smile on your face, eh?
Yeah, a little different viewpoint up here, but more excited to go play baseball tomorrow.
Exactly. All right, what's the plan?
I'm going to go to Bowie tomorrow and play, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 innings, get a couple of at-bats, and, try to get back in the flow of things. It's been a little while, so excited just to get out there and play some games.
Yeah, Bordy said you have been chomping at the bit a little bit past couple of weeks, huh?
I actually, more so than anything, he kicked me out. He was tired of throwing BP to me and hitting me ground balls. He said that his family really needed to see him at some point, and I needed to go on rehab. So
now we get the true story.
It's the real story.
Here's Kevin Youkilis returning to the Red Sox from the DL today. And did he go around on that? And the answer is no.
Well, Brian's done a great job, I think, and you obviously can talk about this, is trying to put yourself into more of a game frame of mind. You've been doing some diving out there. I've been throwing you cutters and nasty change-ups. So
from your own viewpoint, I guess. But, no, it's been great. I've had so much support from you, as well as so many guys in this organization from top to bottom, and everyone's been so good about helping me get in those situations, to put myself out there and be able to try and acclimate as best I can to what I'm going to go through in a game starting tomorrow. And you can never simulate everything that you're going to go through in a game, obviously, but we did the best that we could, and now it's time to go see where we are.
And you really can't. And even though you're a veteran, there've got to be a few butterflies even tonight as you get ready to go.
Tonight will be an interesting night's sleep, to say the least. I hope I have good dreams. But I'm just, as Mike knows, we're so blessed to be able to play this game. And when it's taken away from you for an extended period of time, you realize how much you miss it and how much you do enjoy it. And I just can't wait to get on the field and be a part of a team, be a part of something that's we're so blessed to be able to do every day.
3-ball, 2-strike count on Youkilis. Gonzalez at first, nobody out. Brian Mattis, 3-2 delivery. Oh, wow.
I don't have to be biased up here, do I?
No.
Okay.
Don't have to
be. Well, great breaking ball right here. 3-2 count. Freezes Youkilis on this pitch. Pitched him tough the hole at bat. He drops a nice breaking ball in there for looking strike 3.
He's got really good stuff tonight, watching on TV downstairs.
He does. Runner at first, one away. Here's Middlebrooks, who's got a 4-game hit streak. As you go into this, what's in your own mind? What are the things you want to get done initially? What are you looking to do?
Obviously, get through the first game and stay healthy. You don't want to injure something else, that's for sure. But I think I've stood in on a lot of bullpen sessions. I think that's going to obviously be the biggest factor, is just slowing the game down, getting in the batter's box and slowing everything down. When you haven't been in there a while, 95 looks pretty firm when you've been hitting all day and you've been in games. 95 looks really firm when you haven't been hitting. So I'm excited to just kind of get in the batter's box and have that feeling back and try and slow the game down a little bit.
Saltalamacchia now with 2 down. Middlebrooks flying out. Saltalamacchia 1 for 5 in the ball game last night. Still a runner at first base, and the pitch will be taken down low for a ball.
Well, I know your progression, Brian, has been pretty slow. It started with just rolling ground balls to you in spring training, and you've worked your way up here the past 3 months to what you're doing on the field, kind of simulating dives and stuff. Is there going to be somewhat of a progression to your playing? I know you said you're going to try to play 4 innings, but then are you going to take a day off? Are you going to see how you respond?
Excuse me. As my doctor says, this is a fluid situation. So we have a tentative plan mapped out. The first tentative aspect would be to play tomorrow, hopefully play the day after that, and get 2 at-bats in each game and then see where we are. I think there's going to be some adjustment period. Even as much as I've been doing, the adrenaline factor is going to kick in some endorphins that I probably haven't kicked in a long time. And so there's going to be a recovery process. There's going to be an adjustment process. And we have a plan, but we also know that it's tentative and adjustable every day.
You're still, you'll be talking to, you have been talking to the doctor every day, and that's got to continue, right?
Yeah, it will. We'll definitely be in contact probably daily and nightly after the game and see how I feel after the game as well as the next morning. See how my body and my head responds.
A 3-ball, 2-strike count with 2 down. So Gonzalez will be going at first base. He got the leadoff single. Saltalamacchia comes in with an 0 for 3 against Brian Mattis. Here's the 3-2 runner going, and he walked him. So the Red Sox will base walk surrendered by Mattis, putting runners on at first and second base. And Nava coming to the plate. The announcement came very late today. Was this, did you know about this earlier, or was it really a late decision?
I had some suspicions.
You had suspicions?
We had some dates mapped out and some tentative dates out there that we had talked about for a little while. We certainly wanted to keep it in-house as long as possible, just so that if for some reason we needed to push it back a day or two or even a week, that we didn't have to answer all the questions of why and, is this a major disappointment or setback. So we had this in mind. We wanted to get through today and talk to my doctor one more time and make sure there was some paperwork and some things that needed to be filled out with Major League Baseball to get cleared. So a lot of things had to happen, and we just wanted to make sure that all those things went smoothly before we made that announcement.
Runners on at first and second here. Nava, the 0-1 delivery to him, and that's going to miss outside, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 2 down.
Well, it's been a pretty nice month and a half for the Orioles.
Yeah.
Winning some ball games, being in first place. You must be obviously excited about that. And now for you to go on your rehab assignment and potentially be back on this team, you will be a huge asset. Obviously, I'm sure Buck Showalter has talked to you about it, licking his lips in anticipation of you getting back on this team.
Well, he told me today his birthday. He told me to keep that in-house. I forgot. Yeah, I'm going to be in big trouble for that one.
That's a big problem.
His birthday is tomorrow, and he said it was a very nice present. So he said he's going to be in big trouble if he ends up going to the game tomorrow night. But, I'm going to have to pass my pom-poms along to somebody. I feel like I've been a fairly decent cheerleader so far and gotten us in a pretty good spot. Now I just want to get out there and see if I can contribute and help us carry this on. It's a great vibe in the clubhouse. As Mike knows, he spent a lot of time in there with us. And as you know, on the plane and traveling around, everybody has a lot of fun. The team gets along. We all enjoy each other. And when you're winning games, it just makes coming to the yard. In fact, Brian Mattis the other day said, wow, we were out running early in Washington. And he said, winning's fun. And I said, yeah, isn't it? He said, it's a Sunday morning after night game, and I was excited to come to the park. I said, it's a big difference.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
That will be fouled off. 2-2, 2 on, 2 down. You have been around the ball club. You chose to come and stay with the team, travel with them. You've been in the dugout with them. What's the thing that stands out for you that maybe you didn't realize before as a player, as you sit back watching, that you've realized?
Sitting beside Buck, you realize how crazy his mind is, first of all. Wow.
Real trouble.
What a baseball guy. I mean, no, he just thinks of everything, and it's great. It's been a lot of fun to sit there beside him and learn that aspect and see how much he thinks about the game. And, certainly I've said it before, but I don't think we ever get outmanaged, which is great.
You stay with us for another half inning?
Be my
Can
pleasure.
you? All right. Good strikeout, and that's the third. Punch top can for a smoother pour. Not just a good time, it's Miller time. Brian Roberts joining us upstairs. He is heading out for rehab. Finally going to play some baseball in some game settings. Talking about you, but also about this ball club. What happened last year to this year? Because clearly it is not the same mentality.
Well, if we had that potion,
yeah, we could retire.
Yeah, we'd be in good shape. But, obviously our front office, Dan Duquette came in and did a great job. We made some very good acquisitions. You're looking at one right now who's stepping in the box. Wilson Bedeman's done a great job for us. Obviously we all love Jeremy Guthrie, and he did a great job. But that trade has turned out very good. You look at Jason Hamill, the way he's thrown the ball. And then certainly our bullpen acquisitions. When you have the best bullpen, one of, if not the best bullpen in baseball, it just shortens the game. And anytime you can shorten a game, you give yourself a chance to score late as our team, and then keep them from scoring late. It just makes all the difference in the world.
Bedamate leading it off here with Davis and Tollison to Forla. Wilson had a 1-for-4 in the ball game last night. Bedamate's moved over to play at first base in this game. Dubron with a 2-0 count, falling behind and taking a little extra moment on the mound to regroup, as he did not get close on the first two. 2-0 delivery on the way. Bedamate will take it down low, and the count goes to 3-0.
So you're going to Bowie, and you're going to be around a couple of the hot young prospects, Manny Machado and Jonathan Scope. I know obviously you have to take care of your own business and get yourself ready to get back up here to the major leagues, but are you excited about spending some time with them and maybe giving them some pointers?
I am. I think that's a great part about being the old guy, I guess, sometimes, is that you can hopefully impart some of your knowledge that you've gained over your career. And those are two guys that we're certainly excited about in the organization. I had a chance to spend some time with them over the last year or two in spring training, and as well as when I was in Sarasota a little bit last year. And so I'm excited to see them play in person. I haven't really gotten to see them play a lot in game action and real game action. So, that's something that I do want to get my work done, but there's a lot of time in between to hopefully add a little bit with them as well.
Chris Davis at the plate. He's the designated hitter for the Orioles tonight. They 1-for-3 off Dubron, and the only times he's faced him, with a runner on at first base, no score in the bottom half of the second inning. We are talking with Brian Roberts. Dubron, long look over to first. Bedamate, not a big lead. And a chopper that shattered the bat. Dubron's going to go for second, and got him. Just barely, but got him. Aviles had to reach and do a little first base stretch right there in order to get the force out.
Yeah, well, Wilson Bedeman obviously arguing this call. He hustles down to second base. Chris Davis getting jammed on that fastball in. Lets it go up the line, and Wilson Bedeman says no, his foot slid off the base, but it looked like he held it on there long enough. Looked like it was a good call by the umpire.
Right on the side of the bag. Todd Titchener, the second base umpire, getting it. So runner at first base on the exchange, and Steve Tollison coming up. Tollison getting the start at third base in the ball game. Brian, your manager's made very clear. Somebody asked him the other day about, well, Brian Roberts gets healthy. That ball in the air to left center field. That is way back at the wall. Goodbye, home run. Steve Tollison delivers his first homer, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead.
Tollison taking advantage of his opportunity to play. First pitch home run right there. All through spring training, Steve Tollison came up with some huge hits. And I know that Buck Showalter felt pretty good about the depth of this organization when he could reach down and pull up a player like Steve Tollison.
Yeah.
He's versatile, can play the field, but also swing the bat as well.
That's that Gamecock red coming out somehow. I don't know what it is, but it's a former South Carolina boy. Look at that. It's a great swing on a fastball down and in. He's very versatile. He knows how to play the game. His dad played the game in the big leagues, and you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a solid player every single day to move around the field and swing the bat.
That hit the side of the mound. Aviles has it. He'll make the play to first base and get Avery on the out, but Tollison delivering the big home run. I was going to say, the manager's made clear, when you're ready, you're not going to be a role player. Somebody asked him that the other day. I'm sure you've talked to them about that. He wants you, when you come back, to be ready to go, right?
Yeah, I hope when it comes to role player, my role is leading off and playing second base every day. I want to be the guy out there that sets the table for these big boys, and we got some guys that can really swing the bat and drive in runs, and I want to be a part of that. Robert Andino has obviously played extremely well, and take nothing certainly from that, but I certainly want to be the guy out there, and hopefully that's what they still believe I'm going to be.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't think there's any question about that. If you listen to what Buck's saying.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And Robert Andino showed his versatility last year, being able to play shortstop, third base, and second base, and proved that he can play at a high level and be consistent out there. So, I'm sure Robert Andino is going to do whatever it takes to help this team get better as well.
And as everybody's talked about, what that means is the depth of the ball club grows. You come back, a person like Andino suddenly becomes available to do other things and play in different positions, and that's what the Orioles in the offseason and much of this year have been trying to do, is put that depth together. And
that's been something that I think has been talked about a lot over the last 4 or 5 years. When you look at clubs like the Red Sox and the Yankees, they can go out and spend a couple $1 million on reserve players and role players. And we don't, that's not necessarily our mentality, is to go out and spend that kind of money. So we need to find players who can play at a high level but don't cost a fortune all the time. And Andino's really become that guy that can do that.
We can't thank you enough for coming up, Brian. Wish you all the best, and we hope to see you on the field in a very short period of time.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Brian Roberts joining us as he will head out and start his rehab process tomorrow. Orioles lead it 2-0. Acura Advance by 5-Hour Energy. 5-Hour Energy salutes the troops. And by your Baltimore BMW centers. Beautiful evening in downtown Baltimore. Temperature in the upper 70s to start the game, but very comfortable. Lots of blue sky and virtually no breeze at all, and a real good crowd on hand tonight. So Brian Mattis has been staked to the 2-0 lead. Steve Tollefson picking up his second major league home run and his first of the year. Here is Marlon Byrd. Bird's got a 10-game hit streak. He is hitting in the number 9 spot with Aviles and Pedroia to follow. Byrd hitting .400 against left-handers. He's gone 12 for 30 with 1 home run off lefties. And the 0-1 delivery. Brian Mattis will miss outside with it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Home run by Tollefson, the 66th for the Orioles this year. They lead the majors still in home runs, and 50% of the Orioles' runs have come off homers. 1-1. That is trying to work inside, and that one will miss, and the count will go to 2-1.
Pretty good pitch right there. Brian Mattis getting ahead with first pitch fastball. There was a nice changeup down and away, but Byrd laid off it, and then fastball in right there to potentially set up another pitch.
Shattered the bat, I think. Sounded like it. Yep. And a new one will be acquired. For Brian Mattis, he comes off a couple of up and down starts. He's had 2 wins in a row, Tampa Bay and Kansas City. He worked 5 2/3 Tampa Bay, 6 innings against Kansas City, giving up 3 runs in each of those ball games after he'd had that big Texas disaster. 7 runs, 10 hits over 5. Down to third and a foul ball. Collison gave chase, but Al Porter right there. Now Brian, just as we said in the open, trying to be consistent, because when he's on, what an attribute he is to the Orioles staff.
Boy, they really need him to step up, and it's nice to see. His last 4 outings have been pretty good. I think there's a lot more left for Brian Matusz to improve on, but if he can show steady, consistent improvement, he's going to give the Orioles obviously a big lift in their starting rotation.
2 ball, 2 strike count. And Matusz, we remind you, is only 25 years old. So a couple of young pitchers in this ball game. Dubrow just 24. Bird leading it off here in the top of the 3rd inning. And that's going to be to the middle. Hardy's over to get it. Got in front of it. Quick throw and gets the out. That's a classic play. You saw how he got squared up on that. Maryland Lottery strike it rich contestant of the game, Genesis Parker. Genesis, you have already won $500, and for every strikeout the Orioles pitch during the game, you get $100 more from the Maryland Lottery. See how you can turn non-winning strike it rich scratch-offs into cash. Enter to win great Oriole prizes. MDLottery.com/strike it rich today. There's too many S's in that sentence. Here's Mike Aviles. And the pitch is taken up high. Nope, in their first strike. Aviles flied out to right field his first time up.
Another first pitch strike.
He's been doing that here. 8 out of 10 first pitch strikes so far. That one down the line is going to head foul.
We've talked in the past about Brady Anderson working so hard with some of the young Orioles pitchers over the winter and taking it on into spring training. And the other day I was watching Brian Matusz go through his workout. Well, he continues to try to make himself better and stronger, which I think is just going to be a tremendous benefit for him as the season goes on. And to keep the strength up, and obviously his pitching is going to get better with time. It is going to get better, and we've seen it here recently. So to be able to maintain strength and endurance is going to be huge for Brian Matusz through the course of the season.
0-2 the count, and the pitch will be taken down low. Fastball's been up about the 92-mile-an-hour range, and that's about it. We talk about 94, 95-mile-an-hour fastballs we've had with Brian Matusz. It is not there. You may see one in a ball game, but more likely 92's the top. He tomahawked that one to third base. Tollison's got it, makes the play to first, and Aviles is retired, and there are 2 down. Well, we invite you to skip out of work tomorrow. Sure we do. Not our business. The first place Orioles here at Camden Yards, the Business First and Special tomorrow. It's going to be at 12:35. 12:35. It'll be the finale against the Red Sox. So get your holiday weekend off to a great start here at Camden Yards. 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. 12:35 tomorrow. Jake Arrieta.
Steve Tolleson.
Daniel Bard.
Steve Tolleson over there just made a nice play at third base using his feet. When you don't get much playing time, you have to obviously put yourself in a game type situations during batting practice to try to keep yourself fresh, and his feet worked really well on that play, backing up to get his eyes behind the ball.
Dustin Pedroia, 2 down, nobody on. Pedroia grounded out his first time up, 3 for 8, lifetime off Brian Matusz. Pedroia with his 20-game hit streak now against the Orioles that he continued last night in the 2 for 4 night he had. Great pitch by Matusz, tailing away 1-2.
Well, you talk about Brian Matusz's velocity. 95-mile-an-hour fastball is okay, but 92-mile-an-hour fastball with off-speed stuff like that can be very effective. So, being able to work off that 92-mile-an-hour fastball with good changeups and breaking balls are certainly a tribute to him.
And that's ripped to short. Hardy side saddles, gets it. Some real good plays in the infield and a 1-2-3 inning. 2 out of 3 1-2-3 innings. Backs know that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's a pretty familiar face, obviously, in the Baltimore area. And his brother is actually in the organization, Mike Flacco.
Yeah.
He's got promoted to Double-A Bowie. Going to be seeing Brian Roberts tomorrow.
Yeah, he will indeed. Dubron on the mound and Hardy at the plate. Drew a walk his first time up. Hardy, Markakis, and Jones. And the first pitch will be taken for a strike. 1 for 5 in the ball game last night. Dubron so far has walked 2 and struck out 3. Brian Mattis has a walk and a couple of strikeouts in the 3 strikeouts in the ball game. And a little shoe tying going on. We have a new little Baba Gamenchi in the world. Ali and Kitchi, his wife. One of our great audio people, works with us here at Masson. A baby born last night, 8 pounds, 10 ounces, 10:45 in the evening. Ajani, African, for he fights for what he is. And that certainly is about his dad and mom. Congratulations. We're so happy for them. I know they're absolutely delighted. And everybody's doing well. So Ali, Kitchi, congratulations on the new member of the family, Ajani.
That's great.
That is.
8 pounds, 10 ounces. As
we say here in the booth daily, Ali, Ali, Ali. And then we realize it's not Ali, it's him. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Hardy. And that's to center field. Bird, an Adam ball right at him. He's got it. 1 away in the 3rd inning.
JJ put a good swing on that ball. It's down in the zone, drives it to center, but hit it too hard.
Don't say that very often as an offensive player to hit it too hard.
I know, right?
That'll bring up Nick Markakis. Markakis had a single his first time up, now has a 7-game hit streak, during which he has gone 10 for 28 during the streak. That'll get your average going. He's up to 263 now, and the breaking ball taken outside. Ball 1.
Such a dangerous hitter. I mean, he has great awareness of his own strike zone. He can use all fields. And his power numbers are up this year, so it just makes him that much more dangerous.
And on the inside corner for a strike. He certainly has started to pick up the offense here this month, hitting .274 in May with 6 home runs. And the numbers we set against the lefties not there, only 190. That's going to come up. And the strike taken. Dubron gets it in, a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Markakis. The Orioles are trying to make it a rubber match for tomorrow on the season series. The Orioles have a 3-1 edge against Boston. They have won 3 consecutive series against the Red Sox. And that off-speed delivery will be chopped to Pedroia. 2 down. And this day in baseball history brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. Make memories of your own this summer. Book your vacation at OCOcean.com. This day in history. Great Bernie Tabitz, player, manager in 1954. He actually used 4 outfielders to play against Stan Musial. That may be one of the earliest shifts used in baseball. And in 1959, Howie Wilhelm, the knuckleballer, one-hit the Yankees, a 5-0 win that took place at Memorial Stadium. All in this state. Adam Jones goes to the hole, and there's a new career high, a 14-game hit streak for Adam Jones as he delivers the 2-out single. He is hot.
He is hot. Nice job being aggressive on. Actually, that was a changeup. Changeup up in the zone. Stays on it, drives it through the hole, 5-6 hole. Middlebrook unable to even make an effort on it as it sneaks by him.
And that will bring up Matt Wieters. Dubron, while on the mound, base stealers are 6 for 6 against him. Just a note, with Jones edging off first base. Saltalamacchia is thrown out only 14%. So if you're going to run, you get some pretty good numbers to run on anyway, as far as pitcher catcher are concerned. 1-0 count. Wieters flied out to center field his first time up. And Saltalamacchia looks down at first base. And you can see why he can steal against Dubron. He's got almost a delay.
Yeah,
he brings that leg up, doesn't he?
He does have a little hesitation. He kind of mixes it up a little bit, though. He does have somewhat of a slide step where he can be a little bit quicker to home, but many times he lifts that leg up and kind of pauses on the back end, raising his times to home to almost a 1.6.
Jones not an extended lead. Wieters will take the pitch. It is in there for a strike, and it goes to 1-2. Matt continues to have the numbers from the other side of the plate. Homers, 8, 19 RBIs, but a .303 batting average from this side of the plate compared to .227 the other way. So this side's got the average. The other side's got the homers and the RBIs.
Well, he shows that pickoff a lot, obviously, with the success rate of the stolen bases. So he tries to keep that runner at first base close. Adam Jones aware of that.
Dubron taking a look at Jones. Wieters in the off-speed pitch. That one will be fouled away. And it will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Dubron dropping back on that one, his 51st pitch of the ball game. 3 hits for the Orioles. Red Sox only won a Gonzalez single in the 2nd inning off Brian Mattis. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Jones is already running. Oh my. That may be the biggest jump in the history of Major League Baseball.
That was great. I mean, there were a lot of times pitchers tend to fall into tendencies, and you know they have a 1 or 2 count, and off they go to home plate. And if they're not thinking about picking off, they won't do it. It doesn't matter. Their mind is made up. They're throwing to home. Adam Jones takes off, and he's 10 steps into his steal, and the pitcher doesn't even realize he's gone. He's just focusing on throwing that ball over the plate.
And Wieters, with a 2 strike count, had to protect and go after it, and did. 1 ball, 2 strike count continues. See if Jones runs again. Long hold. He does not. And an inside out fouled off down the other side. So it'll stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Pedroia and Aviles never moved to cover second base.
No. Why would they vacate in a situation like that? Adam Jones was almost standing on second base.
Yep. Might as well, if just in case it gets hit to us, might as well stay where we are.
Yeah.
Even Euclid is smiling a little bit over there.
Yeah, they're all getting a chuckle out of that one.
Of course, with Wayne Kirby down there, Lord only knows what they're talking about.
Well, Wayne is great at actually picking up tendencies of pitchers.
Yeah. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that one's going to be fouled off down the line. Wieters had a tremendous at bat in the ball game last night, where he would pick up a walk and a single in his final 2 at bats, but he's went about 10-11 pitches into that 3rd at bat last night. RBI single in the 8th, breaking out of that 0 for 20 slump that he'd been in. The kind of hit that can get you going again. 8th pitch of this at bat coming on this 1 ball, 2 strike count. Dubron really slowing things down here with the runner Jones on at first base. There are 2 down.
I wouldn't be surprised. Adam Jones probably has the green light every time he's on base. Wayne Kirby probably gets in his ear over there at first and lets him know about the times and what his tendencies are. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they have a sign, maybe a whistle, like go ahead, or just to let Adam know that now is a good time to run, and he can go.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Another good battle here at the plate. Adam Jones looking over to third base. DeMarlo Hale, but I think you're probably right, Mike. I'm sure if he thinks he can go, he can. 2-2. Dubron again. This time a step-off throw over.
Well, obviously pretty concerned about Adam Jones.
Orioles have a 2-0 lead in the ball game, trying to prevent him from getting into scoring position. Here's the 2-2 again, and Wieters went after it, and he is struck out swinging. That'll be the 4th strikeout for Dubron. Brian Roberts is going to be on his way to Bowie. It's only 33 miles. Orioles have a day game tomorrow. Bowie's got a night game. A doubleheader, sports fans.
Most underrated players in the game here, ranging far to his left, completely under control. Most efficient shortstop, I think, with his footwork. Gets to the ball, gets behind the ball there, makes a nice play. Glove is always open and seems to be in the right position every time he fields a ground ball. And I'll tell you what, he should have won a Gold Glove last year, in my opinion. He's having another great defensive year this year, and pretty much goes unheralded because of the Orioles offense, putting up so many home runs. But he's been so steady and consistent out there, and it just never looks like he gets a bad hop, and it's because he makes such great subtle moves with his feet and his glove to put himself in a good position.
And of course, he's been part of the home run derby. Here's Ortiz. He hits one directly to Markakis. 1 pitch, 1 out. 0 for 2. He struck out in his first at bat. And David Ortiz will head back with an 0 for 2 in the ball game, hitting 3rd in the lineup.
Well, last night he threw his bat towards the dugout after he hit that home run, and this time he's carrying his bat back.
We'll talk about David later in the ball game. He had a lot to say yesterday that's got Boston buzzing about leadership and his role in it. Here's Gonzalez, a single, his first time up. Brian Roberts in his last outing did not give up a base hit to a left-hander. They went 0 for 9 in that game in Kansas City. Brian Mattis, left-handers, 0 for 9 against him. Gonzalez, though, ended that with a base hit in the 2nd inning. And the pitch will be bounced, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, the Orioles play the big shift on Gonzalez again, but last night he had a base hit to left field. Tonight another base hit to left field. So they're going to play this big shift. They might as well pitch him in and let him try to hit into it.
Here's the 1-1 inside. Mattis has delivered 9 first pitch strikes in this ball game, and after that the 1 hit came, but he's gotten a lot of ground ball outs. He's now 10 out of 13 on first pitch strikes, and that is, as we said, a real key for him to succeed against the batter. And it's foul back, and the count will go to 2-2 on Gonzalez. Gonzalez getting the start in right field. This is an experiment. Bobby Valentine talked about it last night and again tonight. Gonzalez started in right field twice against Philadelphia Saturday, Sunday, only his 3rd and 4th career games in the outfield, and doing it again with Youkilis coming back playing at first base tonight. And a swing and a foul tip held on to. 2 down.
Oh, another great breaking ball right there by Brian Mattis. Late break, hard down in the zone. Puts it in a great spot. Very effective with that curveball tonight. I think that's been the key here early for him. I know we talked about changeup being a difference maker, but boy, that breaking ball has certainly been a difference maker early on in this game.
So that will bring up Kevin Youkilis. Called out on strikes his first time up. Youkilis has always been a terror against the Orioles. A .320 lifetime batting average with 21 career home runs against Oriole pitchers. Just activated today, and he'll chop that one down to third, and it will be a foul ball. Purchase an Orioles Legends Celebration Series package. Lock in your ticket to each of the 5 remaining games. At each game, all fans receive the replica sculpture of the day's honoree. Get your package tickets now, and you'll also get the Frank Robinson sculpture. And in case you missed that one in April, still available. To reserve your seat, 888-848-BIRD, to go to Orioles.com/legends. Youkilis with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Rams that one in the air to center field. Jones going back at the wall, looking up, and goodbye, home run. Kevin Youkilis is back. His first game at the major leagues, going back to April 29, and it's a dinger, and it makes it a 2-1 game.
Youkilis making his presence felt right here. One of the rare mistakes Mattis has made tonight. Up in the zone, and Youkilis does some damage on it. Home run out into the Orioles bullpen.
That is his third home run of the season, and only the second hit for the Red Sox in the game, and it makes it a 2-1 ball game. Here's Will Middlebrooks, and the pitch is taken outside for a ball. Middlebrooks flied out to center field his first time up. Brian Mattis has surrendered 6 home runs on the season. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Middlebrooks grounds it towards short, cut off by Tollison at third, and will get the out. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on base. Youkilis the homer. Orioles lead is 2-1. LTE with speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G. AT&T, rethink possible. By Chili's Triple Dipper, choose 3 appetizers from 10 delicious choices. And by Chevy Cruze, offering the best highway mileage of any gas engine in America. Gary Thorne, Mike Bordick on this beautiful evening here at Camden Yards, and the Orioles, after losing at 8-6 last night, have a 2-1 lead in this ball game. Left-hander Felix Dubras on the mound. A lot of fastballs. Betamit, Davis, and Tollison. And the pitch will miss outside for a ball. Betamit drew a walk, one of two surrendered by Dubras so far in the ball game. One-0 delivery, and that will be taken, and the count goes to 2-0.
Well, if he can find fastball command, I can tell why this kid can be successful, because he has some pretty good stuff. But just falling behind and not being able to command his pitches, the key.
2-0 delivery and popped him up first base. Euclid. One away. Time for our AT&T Mobility Trivia Fact. The O's have 13 wins versus the American League East this season. Only the Mets have more versus their own division. You see against the division, the records by division this season, the American League East and the National League East, by far the two winningest divisions in baseball so far.
The secret's out. American League East is tough.
Again. There are all of the teams in the American League East are playing at least 500 baseball, including Boston and New York, tied for last place. Both are 21 and 21. 0-1 delivery, a little check swing roller off the bat of Davis. Dubras will field it. 2 down. The National League East, they have only one team, Philadelphia, playing below 500, and that's just one game below 500. Dubras, a little D there, and there are 2 down, nobody on. Tollison coming up, and Tollison delivered at first at bat.
Yeah, great swing by Steve Tollison, obviously keeping himself ready for these opportunities and making the most of it.
Accounting for the 2 runs that the Orioles have on the board, and for Dubras, only the 4th home run he has surrendered this year. 3 of them hit by right-handers. 2 down, bases empty.
And these are situations as a hitter, okay, you hit first pitch fastball off from first at bat. Sometimes you outguess yourself. I say sit on fastball again. Well, there was a fastball, but it was out of the zone.
Dubras falls behind 1-0. Dubras came into the inning 7 out of 14 first pitch strikes, only at 50%. Matt is doing a better job of that. And that is in there for a strike. Tollison played on Saturday against Washington. Had an 0 for 3 in that ball game. Coming up, of course, from the Tides, where he played 26 games. 1-1 delivery to him down to first, and a foul ball right off the end of the bat.
Played some pretty good defense at third base, though. The Orioles kind of been struggling on the corners this year. And a couple of the young guys, Steve Tollison and Ryan Flaherty, who have filled in over there, have done a nice job defensively. There's Ryan Flaherty right there. Got a new haircut today. He was a little disappointed in it, though.
Oh, easy now.
He had a nice full head of hair a couple days ago.
All gone.
Well, not all gone. They left enough on top. That's why he's wearing the hat right now.
All right.
He may have cleaned it up this afternoon.
1-2 delivery, breaking ball taken inside. Is this one of these clubhouse haircuts?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it was. And the count goes to 2-2. Always stylish. Clubhouse haircuts.
Yeah. See, they cleaned up his sideburns a little bit.
Oh, gosh.
At least he's got hair to work with.
Said Mike Bordick. Here's the 2-2 delivery, breaking ball. That'll be foul back. Dubras with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Using a changeup on him on the last pitch. And these two teams seemingly into another one of these close ball games that both of these ball clubs have tended to play against one another, going back to the final month of last season and on into this year. Here's the 2-2 delivery up high, and the count will go to 3-2.
Well, the Orioles have been in a lot of close ball games this year. And of course, you want to fight to stay in them. Last night, unable to with some extra late runs by the Red Sox, but they had a couple opportunities. You'd like to be able to put up a couple more crooked numbers here in the early going for Brian Mattis.
Here's the 3-2 delivery. Don't forget, tomorrow it will be a 12:35 start against left-handed starters. Both of these teams done pretty well. The Orioles on top 6-3. The Red Sox 8-6. Oakland, Texas, Seattle in that list of best win percentages against left-handed starters this year. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Dubrow with 2 down, nobody on, delivers, and that will be fouled off.
Well, after a first pitch home run in Tollison's first at bat, he's seen a lot of pitches in his second at bat, battling off some tough ones.
And that just keeps getting into that pitch count, getting it up on Dubrow. Bobby Valentine would not talk about who he felt he had available in the bullpen for obvious reasons. He's not going to make that clear, but it's pretty obvious he's a little short out there. And a foul tip held on to. Tollison a strikeout victim. That's 5 Ks in the ball game for Dubrow. The Orioles have the lead 2-1. He's had an 0 for 13 on Monday with runners in scoring position. They're batting 83 in that department since May 13. As a result, the Yankees have won only 3 of their last 10. Kyle Daybrecht, pretty amazing. Second pitcher since 2000 to pick up a victory last night, even though he walked 6 and threw 3 wild pitches in the game. And the Tampa Bay Rays, one of the best defensive ball clubs in baseball, committed 3 errors, leading to 3 unearned runs in a 6-2 loss to Toronto last night. Tampa Bay has lost now 4 of their last 5 at home. There were only 10,000 on hand for the ball game last night as that franchise continues to struggle in attendance.
Well, it just seems like they wait for them to get in the postseason before they show their colors. And that ball club hasn't disappointed recently with some pretty dramatic finishes at the end.
And they too have ridden an enormous DL list over the first 2 months, as have so many teams this year. Saltalamacchia drew a walk his first time up. Mattis's pitch will be fouled off, and Brian will get ahead of him 0-2. Tampa Bay 2 games behind the Orioles, Toronto 3, and the Red Sox and Yankees 5.5 games out in the East.
Well, you don't get to say that very much, that Boston and New York are tied for last place.
You want to say that a lot, I can tell. You just want to repeat that over and over. No, you don't. And swung on a miss. Mattis with another strikeout, 5 in the ball game.
Well, great pitch right there by Brian Mattis. Great location, and look at the depth. I mean, how far down in that zone that ball got. Right at the end, just dipping away down and in.
That's the key, as it's been talked about so often for Brian Mattis. It is location, and he's got to keep it down in the strike zone. And He is a fly ball pitcher. 57% of the outs coming into the ball game that Brian Mattis recorded have been off fly balls. Nava up and will take the pitch for a strike. He was a strikeout victim, called out on strikes his first time up. Nava, a real surprise for the Red Sox to be playing here at the major league level. They've got 6 outfielders on the DL, but he wasn't even invited to spring training. That's how far down the list he was, but he went to AAA, played very well, put the numbers up, and as the injuries started occurring, the Red Sox looked and said, all right, who's playing down there, who's playing well?
Well,
he was the one.
Yeah, a lot of times that's what they have to do. If it comes to position players or pitchers, you know, they'll make a call down there even if there's a prospect. Sometimes they have to just say, hey, who's doing the best right now? Who's swinging the hot bat? Nava gets an opportunity to play at this level and certainly has put himself on the map for the Red Sox.
A 1-ball, 2-strike count. 1 away and nobody on. Pitchers duel underway here so far. Nava will take that one down low. By the way, the Red Sox today, Scott Pasednik is back at the major league level. He wasn't even playing baseball start of this season. He hasn't played for a couple of years. He's in uniform for the Red Sox. He was added to their roster today. Ryan Sweeney's on the 7-day DL with a concussion problem, has not been cleared to play. And Cody Ross with that foot that's bothered him. He had to go on the DL, so Pasednik got called up. 2-2, and that'll be down the line and foul. And the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, we've seen a lot of teams, boy, struggling with injuries early on, and I think that's why you see so much. I mean, the league's being so tight right now. Nobody's really pulling away with anything because they have to make the adjustments and deal with the setbacks due to injury.
Orioles, of course, have had more than their fair share in that regard. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Now we'll take it outside for a ball. Nolan Reimold, red hot, had to go out. That bulging disc in the neck problem requiring a second epidural, and that's not good because it means the first one didn't work, and if the first one didn't work, they're not optimistic the second one's going to.
Yeah, that's a tricky situation right there, and it's unfortunate for Nolan Reimold because he's had to deal with some injuries in his career.
Donaldson's got it over to first base, and there are 2 down. The first fireworks night of the season set for this Friday right here at Camden Yards. The Royals will be in town, 7:05 game, and afterwards a dazzling fireworks display to light up downtown. Hope you'll become part of the Birdland tradition. Fireworks in the summer here at Camden Yards. 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com Friday night. 2 away, bases empty. Here's Marlon Byrd. He grounded out his first time up. Zach Britton on the recovery trail with that shoulder problem. 5 innings, extended spring training on Monday. Trying to move him along, but probably a month away from getting back with the Orioles. Matt Lidstrom at that partial ligament tear, right middle finger. Hoping to be throwing again soon, so he's got a comeback that he's going to have to go through. And Taylor Teagarden, who never got a start, was going to be the backup catcher while better in Sarasota. He's going to get a second opinion on the injury that he's had, and he hasn't been able to do any baseball activity since March. 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be up high. Bird takes it, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, you hope the pieces all come together eventually. You hope that the Baltimore Orioles can continue to stay consistent and win ball games, but it would be nice if they were at full force and healthy.
Everybody's hope, and all sports all the time is for that nowadays. That is foul back and out of play, and the count will go to 2-2 on Marlon Byrd. There are the pitches, higher than he'd like it to be overall, but inning by inning, only the second really an inning that required some extra pitches.
Well, he's done a nice job to this point. I think he's commanding his pitches pretty well. He's thrown a lot of breaking balls, getting ahead, which has been a key. And I love the movement on the changeup. He's showing it. He's not getting many swing and misses with it. I don't think he's putting it in the zone, but he's getting nice, great Great late life on it, down and away.
Adair's got to be happy. 80 pitches thrown so far. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and that's going to be outside. So Bird will take the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Avila's hoping to get an at-bat here. 50%, 56% fastballs. 3-2 pitch, and got him. Well, that is strikeout number 6. 2 in this inning. He retires the side in order and protects the Orioles' 1-run lead. So Mattis will hope for some more runs on the board as he'll sit down, and the Orioles will bat here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Avery, Andino, and Hardy will be coming up against Dubron. Xavier Avery, he has been on base in the last 8 ball games coming into this one. He grounded out his first time up in this game. Batting in the number 9 spot, and Middlebrooks way in at third base. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. Avery had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night, getting his first playing time against the Red Sox. Outfield swung around to left and shallow. And Avery on the big cut, and it goes to 1-1. It's 2 pitchers matching it up. Dubron's got the 5 strikeouts. Brian Mattis has got 6. 2 walks Dubron, 1 by Mattis. 2-run homer Tollison for the Orioles. And the homer by Youkilis. Did he go? Yes.
Questionable. Pitch rides up and in. Well, yeah, his bat head went out. Good call.
Al Porter watching. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that will be fouled off. Dubron, only his 12th career start. He's 5-3 as a starter. Young man who worked his way up through the Boston organization. Got a chance with him in relief last year. And somehow able to hit that off-speed delivery and foul it back. A 1-ball, 2-strike count stays.
Well, kind of left it up over the plate. Surprised it didn't get hit, to tell you the truth. Saltalamacchia wanted it down in the dirt, hard down in the dirt, to finish Avery off, but he left it up in the zone.
Avery again waiting on a 1-2 delivery, and that one will be inside out. Shallow left center. As we said, the outfield was shallow. That is there to put it away, and Avery's retired. Tune in to the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report tomorrow, 5 to 6:30. Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, Mel Anton, and Phil Wood. All the latest Oriole news. That's going to be tomorrow at 5. right here on Masson. That will be after the ball game, which is going to be a 12:35 start tomorrow. Robert Andino, a couple of strikeouts. Ryan Roberts back down in the dugout. Final night with the Orioles for the moment, and we'll head out to Bowie for its first rehab action tomorrow. They have a night game, as we said, in Bowie. The Orioles having that day game. Fans just a little over 30 miles away will have a chance to catch the game if they would like to do so. That's going to go to short. Aviles in front. 2 down.
Aviles kind of takes his time on this ground ball. Robert Andino hustling down. Makes it a very close play.
Andino with an 0 for 3 in the ball game, and with 2 down, nobody on, that'll bring Hardy up. Hardy has drawn a walk and flying out to center field. Pitchers really are dominating so far in this game, and that will be taken for a strike. The Red Sox left a couple on back in the second inning. The Orioles had 2 left on in the first, 1 in scoring position, and a runner left on at first base in the third, and a 1-ball 1-strike count.
Well, Dubron, his last 2 outings were really good, but there was always still that fear that his command and strike efficiency were going to be the tells of his outing. And even though he didn't go very deep in those games, he threw the ball pretty well, and we're seeing it once again tonight.
I'm really impressed by that pitch against right-handers that he gets down and in. Boy, that pitch like you just saw there to Hardy's almost impossible to put the bat on, and it ends up down in the dirt but crosses the plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and an off-speed breaking ball is swung on and missed. So another strikeout as he gets his 6th. He's retired 7 in a row. The Orioles lead it, though, 2-1. In his first this season, second major league homer came in the second inning, giving the Orioles the 2-0 lead, answered by Youkilis, who picked up a home run on his return to the roster today, his 3rd of the season, that came in the 4th inning, 2-1. And then it's been Mattis and Dubron.
Quite a pitcher's duel. And who's it going to be to outlast the other? They've both done a nice job because both bullpens have been pretty extended as of late. So right now getting into the 6th, but obviously the middle innings are key because both have had a hard time getting through the middle innings.
There's a fan ready to rock and roll. Not a problem, Dad. Just keep me going. Where's the ice cream? Popcorn, please. Some of that cotton candy. Could even happier. Here's Dustin Pedroia. And the pitch will be taken. It's Avila's, rather. Avila's flied out and grounded out. 0 for 2, top of the order. 7-game hit streak for him. A couple of hits now in 7 at-bats in the series. On the year, he's 5 for 24 against the Orioles. The 0-1 delivery, and that's going to skip all the way through. And Mattis will even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Mattis trying to make it 3 wins in a row. He can get one here tonight against the Red Sox. The 1-1, and he went around on that.
Boy, that's a great changeup right there. Nice late action, sinking down and away.
Avila's 5 home runs off lefties coming into the game, tied for first in home runs off left-handers. And the 1-2 delivery just blew it by him. Brian Mattis, strikeout number 7.
Boy, after that changeup down and away, that 90-mile-an-hour fastball up and in, looks like about 100. And gets it by Mike Aviles. Where's the scouting report that we had talked about? Get ahead. He's only walked 1 batter tonight. Thrown a lot of first pitch strikes. Added to his success. Changeup 17% of his pitches. We saw a beautiful changeup there on Mike Aviles. And keeping his composure. Done a nice job only giving up the 1 home run to Kevin Youkilis and settling right in after that.
Pedroia's had an 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice. New season high in strikeouts for Mattis with 7. His career high is 9. Came against Detroit back in 2010. That's going to go to third. Tollison's going to have to hustle. Dives and gets it. 2 down.
Well, that's a really nice play by Tollison. Dustin Pedroia chases the pitch up a little bit and kind of beats it into the ground. Tollison has to make a quick reaction and catches it out in front off his left foot and quick transfer, glove to hand. Strong throw, giving the speedy Pedroia.
2 down. Nice play by Tollison. Here's David Ortiz just quickly. He went on a rant yesterday to ESPNBoston.com, and he really let it fly. There were a lot of expletives talking about leadership on the team. He says, I get no respect. That's what he was talking about. He said they talk about leadership in this town. Leaders, they don't know what leaders are. I do not agree. It's those who go out and jump around on the field. I don't get no respect, not from the media, not from the front office. What I do is never the right thing. It's always hiding for somebody to find out. He was talking about the fact that he called a team meeting, didn't tell anybody else outside of the ball club, that started this run for 11 games in which they have gone 9-2. He said you hit 54 home runs, then hit 35. It's not good enough. How many people hit 35? Never good enough, bro. That's why I don't care what other people think about me. What they call leaders is not what a leader is. The leaders they call are the ones who get in front of the crowd and try to lead. That's not the case with me. I kind of expletive. Who worries about winning games? I'm a winner. I hate losing. But what I do, I don't do for everybody to know. I do it for us to get better. I don't give an expletive if they call me a leader. I don't give an expletive if they call me a captain. I don't give an expletive if they call me either of them. Fill in the blanks. He was red hot.
He doesn't give many expletives.
No.
Well, he cares. You know that.
He does care. And that was management's response today. What are they going to say? The front office, the owners, GM, we love him. He cares. Foul back.
That's right.
And they left it at that.
Well, he's done so much for this franchise in recent years, and all positive things, if you ask me. And, you know, he hits home runs, and maybe he's in a situation in his career where he doesn't think he's getting respect, but I know it's there for him. I know many people throughout the league have respect for David Ortiz.
Fouls that one off at the plate, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count against Brian Mattis. He's had only 1 hit and 12 at-bats.
Oh, here's another breaking ball. Boy, that pitch is so effective. Late, sharp break, down in the zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Big shift on against him. And the 2-2 delivery, and Ortiz goes down swinging. 8 strikeouts from Mattis. 2 in the 5th, 2 more here in the 6th. Retires the side in order again. Orioles on top. Will contribute $50 to support the American Heart Association Heart Walk. To date, the Orioles have drawn 126 walks for a total of $6,300. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. With Mike Bordick, I'm Gary Thorne, and the Orioles trying to make it a rubber match tomorrow. Big house on hand here at Camden Yards tonight. Seeing a real good ball game. 2-1.
Well, they'd like to add on to that 2-1 lead. Nick Markakis and Adam Jones coming up. A couple of the hotter hitters in the game right now.
Markakis a single, 7-game hit streak, 1 for 2 in the ball game. And actually showed bunt. Middlebrooks was swung around at third towards the shortstop side. He moved in a step and now is moving back. They don't believe Markakis is going to bunt. 1-0. He squared around again, takes it inside. Count goes to 2-0. Middlebrooks looks over to the dugout, says, "What do you want me to do?" They said, "Stay right where you are." So he does.
Right. It's always a question for a younger player. Positioning is crucial. So having the head in the dugout at all times after every pitch.
And Dubron will miss and fall behind 3-0. No, the Orioles looking to get the leadoff man on. They had a leadoff walk in the second inning. Betamete, they ended up scoring a couple of runs there. That was when Tollefson had the home run. That's the only leadoff man on against Dubron in the game. 3-0 count. And Markakis will take it on the inside corner for a strike. Third highest number of pitches per plate appearance. Dubron. 4.15 pitches. And Markakis works it for a base hit on the 3-1 count. So the Orioles end the 7th in a row retired by Dubron with a leadoff single.
Nice at bat right there by Nick Markakis. Shows bunt early a couple times. Works the count to in his favor, 3-1. Delivers a nice base hit over the shortstop's head. Bring up one of the game's best players right now, Adam Jones. 1 for 2 and has extended his hit streak.
He's had a single and he has struck out. 14 home runs on the season. In second place in the American League behind Hamilton, who has slowed down a little bit. How could you not? Hamilton still has 18. Jones and Adam Dunn have 14. Granderson and Encarnacion have 13.
He was going for 15.
Yeah.
And it's a strike.
Pretty healthy cut right there. Well, here's a look at Adam Jones' steady improvement. Of course, pounding out the home runs per at bat at 12.6 this year in every category. Slugging up, continue to rise, and then the extra base hits on the rise. So you see a couple things right there that Adam Jones has consistently gotten better and better over the course of the past few years.
He comes in ranked 7th in the American League in RBIs. 0-1 delivery, and that's going to be fouled away. He is 3rd in runs scored. He and David Ortiz are 1-2 in extra base hits in the American League. And he's had key RBIs. Those home runs he's picked up have been either game-winning or game-leading RBIs for the most part of the 14 that he's got up so far this year.
Yeah, he's come through in the clutch many times this year.
Markakis on at first base. Nobody out. Dubron head on the count. The 0-2 delivery off speed and fought off by Jones. That's the kind of pitch that'll break your back. You're ready to launch such a big swing, and then you got to kind of slow everything down, and you torque your body all over the place to foul it off.
Yeah, it has so much movement to it. He hangs up there and lets it. It looks like it's going to be a nice pitch hanging over the middle of the plate, and it just continues to bite hard at the end.
0-2 the count. Markakis short lead at first, and another one down and in. There's that pitch for right-handers.
Yeah, that's a hard slider down and in, and he's been really good about his location with that pitch. He hasn't made many mistakes. Obviously using it for an out pitch. He mixes it up, obviously off that big breaking ball that he threw the pitch before.
First action we've seen in the bullpen, Franklin Morales for the Red Sox. 0-2 count on Jones. Dubron's delivery to him. Trying to sneak a fastball by him, foul back, and it stays at 2 strikes.
Well, with the Red Sox bullpen being used, you don't oftentimes see many lefties come in after a lefty starter. And the situation out there right now with somewhat of the overuse here recently has put them in that position. Or potentially put them in that position. He's not in the game yet.
Yep. 0-2 count. Markakis not going. Jones fouls it back again. Oriole hitters have fought off a number of pitchers by Dubron this game. Jones doing it here with a 2-strike count.
Yeah, good battle. And Dubron just not scared to keep pumping him in that strike zone.
Adam this season, as with the hit he's picked up in this ball game, had a 6 for 23 against the Red Sox with a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs. Again, the 2-strike pitch coming. Pitch out. How about that? I thought Markakis was going to be running on that, and it's 1-2. Going with his gut.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's obviously ahead in the count. 0-2. Couldn't waste a pitch right there.
95th pitch for Dubron coming to Adam Jones. And another one that's going to be fought off.
Quite a battle.
Boy, this is reminiscent of a couple of bats we've seen. You saw Dubron kind of slap the ball down, trying to figure out, all right, what I got to do here. Can't find a way to get him out. I only have 5 pitches, and we've gone through all those.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you see that hard slider down and in.
This will be the 9th pitch. 6 foul balls. 7.
He tried to get it in there. He left that one over the plate.
This is where the hitter can really take advantage of the situation. He's getting a little tired overall in the game as he approaches 100 pitches. He's thrown everything he can. Now trying to figure out what the heck do I do here, and if he's going to make a mistake, this is where it might happen.
You're right. Well, he's left a couple pitches over the middle of the plate this at bat, and Adam Jones just missing a couple, able to foul him off.
Here's the 1-2 again, and he took it. Did he go? No. Good stop made right there by Saltalamacchia to hold the runner at first base. Count goes to 2-2.
It was actually a great play. Ball goes down. He has to backhand it. Pretty impressive. The amount of chances that catchers get, obviously catching close to between 130 and 150 pitches a game, and they have to make these kind of plays that many times go unnoticed through the course of a ball game. That was a nice one right there by Saltalamacchia.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Markakis, the leadoff single, waiting at first base. Felix Dubron just taking a little extra time, thinking about what do I do here. This 11th pitch to Adam Jones. 2-2 delivery. Well, he wins the battle. He gets the strikeout. That'll be his 7th K.
Well, on a battle it was. And he finishes him off with a pretty good pitch down in the zone, that late movement. I think he's been trying to get to that the whole at bat. Made some mistakes, and Adam Jones kept fouling him off. Quality pitch right there by Dubron.
He's had as many as 8 strikeouts in a ball game this year. Did that against Oakland. That's his high. He's got 7 in this game, 1 away. Here's Wieters. He has struck out and flied out. See if Markakis thinks about running or not. Not going. Wieters swinging through one up high for strike 1. Jones, the strikeout victim, number 7. Dubron now 11 out of 23 first pitch strikes. That's the way he's been going, about 50%. But still finding a way to get outs, and strikeouts a big part of it. 0-1. There goes Markakis, and it's foul back. Markakis sliding in head first there. We'll head back on the foul ball. Our PNC postgame tune-in will be coming up. Jim and Rick standing by to take a look at however this one ends. And Buck will be along with his press conference. Player interviews coming up, brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. And obviously this ball game yet to be decided.
All right.
Orioles have the 2-1 lead. Tollison's home run, first of the year, 2nd inning. Home run by Youkilis. His third of the year came in the 4th inning on his return to the Red Sox lineup tonight. The 0-2 delivery. Wieters will take it inside, 1-2.
Well, the Orioles have tried to steal twice tonight, both times with Wieters at the plate. He had 2 strikes on him the first time when Adam Jones got the tremendous jump and he had to swing to protect. And then the pitch before last, Markakis with a stolen base attempt, and Wieters takes a healthy cut, fouls it off again.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Yet another foul ball off Dubron. Dubron made his major league debut against the Dodgers in interleague play in June of 2010, and then was back down in the minors most of last season. Early April, and then in September came up to pitch, and now has earned the spot in this rotation, and you can see why. The age of 24. 1-2. Markakis easily back to the bag.
Wayne Kirby down there checking over the signs again at DeMarlo Hale.
1-2 the count. Runner not going, and Wieters goes down again. So that's 8 strikeouts, 2 in a row here in the 6th inning.
Well, this fastball just takes off up and away. He was kind of pounding that zone in that upper corner of the box, and Matt just chases this one with some late life on that fastball.
So after the leadoff single, Dubron gets 2 strikeouts. Betemit coming up. He has popped out and drawn a walk in the game. Betemit, 171 right-handed, 241 left. And 5 of his 6 home runs have been hit from the other side of the plate. And he'll foul that one off. The bat goes spiraling back. Pitch that came way inside and he just couldn't hang on to it. Orioles' first action in the bullpen as Darren O'Day gets up to throw. Batameet with an 0-1 count. Markakis has walked off maybe a half step more in his lead. Not going. And Batameet again. His at-bats have featured almost nothing but those pitches that end up around his ankle when he tries to hit it.
Yeah, well, scouting report obviously out on Wilson. He's shown tendencies to chase those pitches down there, and Felix has stayed there this whole game on him.
Dubra up to 105 pitches thrown in the ball game. This could be his final inning. We'll see. Batameet. That one up a little bit, but still inside and fought off, and the count remains at 2 strikes. 24 pitch inning, and a lot of them have been foul balls. For the 8 strikeouts he's recorded in this game, 52 strikeouts in 50 innings. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and they got him to go. So that's going to be the 9th strikeout. He sets a new career high in Ks, and it remains a 1-run ball game. Years, the head groundskeeper here at Camden Yards, one of only 2 women, the other in Detroit, that have that position in Major League Baseball. Great story was written about her on ESPNW.com. She had an internship while going to Delaware here. She went to Trenton as the head groundskeeper at the Trenton ballpark, and they did a bobblehead night for her, and there it is. She was good enough to let us take a shot of that. That's the bobblehead of Nicole Sherry that was given in Trenton one night to the fans, and then she came back here to Baltimore and became the head groundskeeper and has done just a tremendous job. The story, she talked about spending more than 100 hours a week working on this field, so the last thing I want to do when I get home is take care of any grass. Nicole, I don't spend any time on this field, and I still don't want to take care of the grass when I go home. She does a tremendous job. Nicole Sherry, the head groundskeeper here, in a real nice article on her. We got to the 7th inning of this ball game. Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez a single and a strikeout. Brian Mattis has given up only 1 walk. He has struck out 8. He's been able to get the first pitch strikes in this ball game, 17 out of 22. And that pitch will be taken in the dirt. And the count will go to 1-1. Gonzalez, Youkilis, and Middlebrooks here in the 7th inning. The Orioles 8-3 in 1-run games. Red Sox 3-5. Doesn't mean this is going to be a 1-run ball game by any means. as both of these teams have shown the ability to put up numbers late in a ball game. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Throttle back on that one, had him way out in front.
Man, oh man, I am just so impressed with that breaking ball tonight, and I'm sure Rick Adair is as well. Matt Wieters not scared at all to put those fingers down because he's in complete control with that pitch.
Looks very strong tonight here in the 7th inning, as he has throughout the ball game. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that will miss down low. He walked only one in each of his last 2 starts. One against Tampa Bay, one against Kansas City, and he's only issued 1 walk so far in this ball game. He will reach the 100 pitch count on the next delivery to Adrian Gonzalez, who will foul it off the other way. He's retired 7 in a row. Dubrow had retired 7 in a row before the single by Nick Markakis in the 6th inning, and then Dubrow struck the side out.
Both have very similar lines actually tonight. Each giving up a home run. Steve Tollison's a 2-run home run.
And Youkilis the solo shot, and that's been it. And got him. 9 strikeouts for Mattis, including 4 out of the last 5 hitters faced.
And Gonzalez shakes his head as he walks away. Can't believe the tilt on that breaking ball.
And it looks like that's going to be it. Mike Showalter is on his way out. Brian Mattis has got a 2-1 lead in the ball game here in the 7th inning. He's tied a career high with 9 strikeouts, and the Oriole fans have liked what they've seen.
Complete control with that breaking ball. Very impressive pitch for him. Through 17 out of 22 first pitch strikes, so got ahead and was able to go to that breaking ball. Multiple strikeouts, and when you get ahead of guys, they end up expanding the zone, and that's what they did. Brian Mattis with a great line. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Mostly due to that very effective 12-6 breaking ball.
He leaves with a chance to be the winning pitcher, and here is Darren O'Day out of the bullpen.
Well, Darren O'Day at side armor, one of the strengths out of that pen. Orioles have one of the most prolific bullpens in the game right now.
Kevin Youkilis will stand in against him, a home run and a strikeout. The Oriole bullpen still ranked 2nd in the American League in ERA at 2.29. They have, however, given up 7 runs in the last 7 2/3 innings. So they'll be asked to settle this one down in a 1-run ball game. And Youkilis will take the delivery, and it's in there for a strike, 0-2. Kevin Youkilis coming off the DL today, delivering a home run in the ball game. Lower back strain had put him on that DL. He had 4 games at Norfolk, including at Pawtucket, rather, including one last night, and then joined the Red Sox today. O'Day just misses outside, 1-2.
A pretty good pitch. I know I talked about earlier about when you have a left-handed pitcher, sometimes when you go to the pen, you don't necessarily, or you don't usually see a left-handed reliever come in after him. And tonight, Brian Mattis, of course, the lefty for the Orioles, and the Red Sox get a look at a sidearmer from the right side.
They got him. 2 for 6 coming into the ball game against O'Day was Youkilis, but a strikeout here.
Now O'Day giving them a completely different look from the land down under. His upshoot fastball for strike 3 on the Youkilis.
O'Day gets the second out of the inning, and here's Middlebrooks, who has flied out and grounded out. Left-handers hitting only 107 against O'Day. The right-handers only 205. 2 down. Middlebrooks will take the pitch outside. He's had 6 scoreless appearances, covering 6 1/3 innings of late for Darren O'Day. 1-0 count. And will be outside to Middlebrooks. Tonight, Masson Mobile word of the day is STEEL. Text STEEL to 29292 right now and be entered for a chance to win a meet and greet with Buck Showalter. Stay tuned to Oriole games all week long on Masson for more chances to enter and win. Middlebrooks, a 4-game hit streak coming in. Here's the 2-0 delivery to him, and he'll foul that one back. A lot of strikeouts in this ball game. Dubron struck out 9 Orioles, and Brian Mattis and O'Day combined have struck out 10 members of the Red Sox, 9 of those going to the Orioles starter. Doing that against one of the best offensive teams in baseball, and with superlative numbers against left-handers. Oh, he couldn't wait long enough on that one.
Well, that was a backup slider, it seemed. He threw him a 2-0 slider in the inner part of the plate. And that was a pretty much the same pitch, only it kind of backed up and stayed on an inner portion.
2 ball, 2 strike delivery. And he gets it. Keep the strikeouts coming. O'Day comes on. Side is struck out. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Fly straight. Drink responsibly. Brian Mattis just that much better. The Orioles thus have a 2-1 lead. Home runs, Youkilis the solo shot. Steve Tollefson, the 2 RBI homer for the Orioles. With Mike Bordick, I'm Gary Thorne. These are the kind of games that the players talk about, grinding out games, why they are so tough, and it gets tougher as you get later into a 2-1 ball game, doesn't it?
Well, you're right. Runs are at a premium tonight, only coming by way of the home run. Steve Tollefson with a 2-run shot, and Youkilis the solo. Both left-handed starters have done a super job. I know the Orioles are thrilled to see Brian Mattis kind of rebounding back after the rough start at the beginning of the year, and has had a couple, now 3 quality starts. Tonight, probably his best performance of the year by far, utilizing that breaking ball. But now here we are in the later innings of the game, and boy, you're going to have to maybe manufacture a run. Somebody's got to you know, something's got to give, but I know Jim Johnson's rested out in the Orioles bullpen.
Ready to go. This is what really inspires players, though, especially for the Orioles after the years when the Red Sox would come in and hammer them. You get games like this. You want to play games like this. Yeah, you'd like to be ahead 10-1, but you want to be in ball games.
Well, you sure do. You want to give yourselves opportunities to win. Last night, the Orioles had a couple chances to win that ball game. They were close enough to. Tonight, the lead going into the later innings. So, you know, you just keep fighting and pecking away and trying to take advantage of opportunities. Red Sox have been a little bit stingy about them tonight, and it's just been a pitcher's duel, bottom line.
It's just been a really great ball game. We'll see whether or not the Orioles can add to it here. As Buck Showalter's ball club, as we said, has done extremely well with the 8-3 record they've had in the one-run games, so they just as soon this not be a one-run game. Franklin Morales has come out of the bullpen and will do the pitching now with Dubron coming out of the ball game with 6 tremendous innings worked by Dubron. He gave up the 2 runs, both earned on that home run by Tollison. Only 4 hits off him. Brian Mattis allowing just 2 hits against the Red Sox. And Morales will go to work here against Chris Davis. Davis reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning and would score on the Tollison home run. Officially 0 for 2 at the plate. And it is, as Mike said, a left-hander following a left-hander. Morales' pitch, the high fastball, that's going to be swung out and missed, and it's 1-1. Here's Davis. 295 are looking to punch one here if he can, and does up the middle. He's got a base hit. On a 1-1, the Orioles get the leadoff man on base. And we'll try and add to it. Our PNC minor league report brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. John Rudiger, you see the stats in the minor leagues. And A-ball, he is hitting .305 and then .346 as he moved up. He's been in 8 games since he moved to Frederick. Doubles, RBIs, stolen bases, doing a lot of things. That's Rudy right there. And a 6 for 6 in that game against Potomac.
Nice young player. You know, real nice young player. Knows how to play the game in all aspects. He can run the bases really well. Left-handed bat. Very aggressive. Works hard. And he's put himself on the map. Buck Showalter's talked to him about him a couple of times as a young outfielder he'd like to see get challenged at higher levels.
John Russell, the bench coach. Buck Showalter, the manager. What do you do here? Here's the guy who hit the home run for you. You got the leadoff man on. Do you ask him to bunt? Middlebrooks is in at third base. Donaldson not showing bunt. Will take the pitch, and the count will go to 2-0. So some managing going on right here. They look down to third base for the signs. Saltalamacchia goes out. I don't know what he's looking at into left center field, or maybe a ball out there somewhere. There is on the warning track. Usually it's a beach ball. It's a baseball. They'll get that one off, and the 2-0 count on Tollison. Dubras struck out the side in the 6th before he left after he gave up the leadoff single. Getting Jones, Wieters, and Betemit. Morales with a 2-0 delivery. Fastball is in there for a strike.
Well, Morales has a live fastball from the left side. Anywhere from 93 to 96 miles an hour. And you saw a good one right there. Up in the zone. Command has been an issue with him this year. Kind of falls behind. Goes across his body a little bit.
Right-handers have touched him up for a 304 mark. And that's going to be up high. And he falls behind 3-1. The last 7 outs in this ball game have been strikeouts, as the pitchers have combined 9 out of 11 strikeouts. You go back and you look at the striking out the side in the 6th inning. Dubras, he also ended the 5th inning with a strikeout. Red Sox struck out in order in the 7th. And Ortiz was a strikeout victim to end the 6th. 3-ball, 1-strike delivery. Jammed him, popped it up. Saltalamacchia, no room. obviously is a very big run out there, and Buck Showalter deciding let Tollefson go ahead, swing away. He got the home run in the second inning, struck out his next time up. Davis on at first with that single.
Well, there are times when you have the lead, you can tend to play a little bit more aggressive, especially at home. Tollefson handles the bat pretty well. There's a hole over there on the right side with Davis at first base, and hitting that home run earlier in the ball game kind of takes Buck Showalter's mind off maybe sacrifice bunting.
3 ball, 2 strike count. Morales getting picked off, but he balked. Balk called immediately by Brian Gorman, the first base umpire, on that move. That's a big one.
Yeah, well, he had everybody picked off over there at first base. Youkilis has to go diving. Everybody was kind of diving around the bag.
He comes to the plate and then throws over.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 45-degree angle, and he over boogied on that step.
So a very big run out there, and the Orioles recognizing that. Bill Hall will put a little more speed out as he will come on for Chris Davis. So Hall running here in the 7th inning as a pinch runner, and a 3 ball, 2 strike count on Tollefson. He gets the RBI chance. 2-1 Oriole lead. Bottom of the 7th. Morales, 3-2 pitch, and he walked it.
Well, command has been an issue with Morales, and he lets that one get away. Misses the zone by about 3 feet.
Orioles are honored to celebrate Military Appreciation Day at Camden Yards. It'll be Sunday in the game against the Royals at 1:35. The first 10,000 fans 15 and over get the Orioles camouflage script t-shirt. So gather up family and friends, make a day of it here at the Yard. That's on Sunday. Orioles.com for tickets. Now meeting at the mound as Bobby Valentine comes out himself to talk. Pedroia is going to have his say. Pitching coach doesn't come out. You saw it last night. Bob McClure is not the one who makes a number of the visits.
Well, I think this situation right here wasn't necessarily for the pitcher, but to go over bunt responsibilities, because this is a situation Xavier Avery, young player, is more than likely going to be asked to bunt. And Bobby Valentine kind of making sure that everybody knows their responsibility and being aware of Avery's speed. That if they are just going to take the out at first base, they better do it in a hurry, because he gets down the line very well.
Now you surely think Avery's going to bunt here. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game. He does square, pushes one. If he was trying to sacrifice, he wasn't. That was a push bunt for a base hit, trying to get it by Middlebrooks, who was charging in.
Well, seemed like it, and I think that 95-mile-an-hour fastball up added to that maybe perception that it was a push bunt.
Orioles with a real chance to add a run or two or more here in the 7th inning with nobody out and 2 on. Youkilis rather is also in. The wheel is on. There's the bunt, popped it up, foul. 2 bad bunt attempts right there and a 2-strike count.
Yeah, Avery's been working really hard at his bunting. He's laid down a couple great bunts already in the short time that he's been up here. But sacrifice bunting's a different kind of animal. You're supposed to get it out there in front. But, you know, it's been taught, and I know Wayne Kirby's talked about this, if you're good at laying down a bunt for a base hit, you shouldn't change that much for your sacrifice bunt. And it looks like Avery's kind of starting his bunt attempt a little bit too early, setting himself up and not able to execute the plan.
So now a 2-strike count. They're still going to play in. Middlebrooks and Youkilis are still playing for a bunt, even with 2 strikes. Hall off second. Tollefson is off first. Avery not bunting and fouls it away. And the Red Sox taking a chance that he was going to try and bunt on 2 strikes. Action in both bullpens. Now Youkilis will back up a little bit at first, but Middlebrooks is still in at third. Here's the 0-2 again. Morales will miss inside with that in a 1-ball 2-strike count. Morales has had problems against both lefties and righties. Right-handers 344, left-handers 250 off him. He's come on in a couple of hold situations. He worked on the 18th 4 days ago in Philadelphia, worked an inning, gave up a run on a hit, a couple of strikeouts. Avery puts that one up in the air to left center field. Bird's got the angle. Runners are not going to try and tag, and he gets it in a hurry just to make sure. So Avery, not a productive at bat. He does not get the runners moved up, and that'll be the first out here in the 7th inning.
No, not able to execute the sacrifice bunt. 2 attempts there. And Xavier Avery's done a nice job with everything up until this point, but failure to execute in this situation could prove to be costly.
Now the managers managing. That is going to be it for the left-hander Morales. He will come out of the ball game, and the former Oriole Matt Albers will be coming on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jake Arrieta going on the mound against Daniel Bard. Orioles hope it will be a decisive game in the series. Our coverage on MASN HD at 12. BOS Extra presented by Jeep, followed by our game coverage at 12:30. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Well, Jake Arrieta gets to start tomorrow. Daniel Bard should be a good pitching matchup. Jake Arrieta, of course, coming off a great performance up in Washington. Looks to build on that.
Now Matt Albers, who has been pitching very well for the Red Sox, will come on. There he had the fan for the ball game tonight.
Yeah, Matt Albers been in 16 games with a 1.47 ERA. Great velocity with his 4-seam fastball. Can rush it up to 97 miles an hour, but he's in there for his 2-seamer right now, trying to get that ground ball. Throws it about 90 to 94 miles an hour. And pretty effective. But in the past, has been known to lose command of that strike zone. Be interesting to see. He's had some success here early on in 2012, though.
Andino's had an 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground ball out. The Orioles have runners at first and second, leading by 1 down. Andino has an 0 for 6 lifetime against Matt Albers. Albers has the second lowest earned run average of any reliever in the American League. Scott Atchison of the Red Sox staff is the only American League reliever with a lower earned run average. Albers has allowed only 1 run in his last 11 outings. Here's the 1-0 delivery. That's going to miss down low, and it goes to 2-0.
Well, I don't think it's ever been a question of stuff with Matt Albers. He's always had plus stuff, but it's just the command that has been an issue for him, falling behind too many times, and here he's fallen behind 2-0 to Robert Andino.
Orioles have the pinch runner. Hall on at second base. Tollison on at first. Single and a walk put them there. Here's the 2-0 delivery. And that'll be fouled away as he wound up on that one. This copyrighted telecast presented by Authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Albers 5 walks, 10 strikeouts, 18 1/3 innings pitched. 2-1 strikeout. Pedroia holding the runner tight at second. And Dino goes down the line but foul.
Well, Pedroia is holding Hall tight there because Matt Albert's pretty slow to the plate. I mean, base runners have a high success rate off him since 2010, 23 of 32 successful stolen bases. He's pretty slow, between 1.4 and 1.6, and tends to lose sight of those guys out on the bases.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Andino on a swing and a miss. Albers gets him, comes back on him after falling behind. 3 strikeouts on the night for Andino.
Well, pretty good slider right there down in the zone. You wonder a little bit, you hate to see. Well, here's another look at that pitch. Late break. Real good pitch, but Bill Hall out at second base was thinking about, I think, stealing the base and was jumping around a little bit. And it's unfortunate with 2 strikes to do that. He should have done it earlier in the count. Might have been some distraction to Andino.
2 down. Here's Hardy. The Orioles 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position so far in this ball game after a 3 for 10 last night. You see the numbers: 3 for 11, a home run for J.J. Hardy, lifetime off Albers. 2 on, 2 down. A very big at bat right here for Hardy. 0 for 2 and a walk. Albers with the 0-1. Hardy will take that slider away. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. All the scoring, homers early, 2-0 lead. Tollison, second inning, first of the year. Euclid returning to the Red Sox lineup off the DL tonight, 4th inning, solo shot. Offensively, that's it. Hardy, that's the fastball, and that's in there for a strike. 1 and 2.
Boy, 95 with some late life. Touches the outside corner of the plate. Actually comes back over the outside corner of the plate.
One and 2. Albers delivery to Hardy. Albers did a little wince on the end of that one, hoping to get a call, but didn't.
Well, tried it again. He painted with the pitch just before. Tries to double up with it. Maybe get J.J. Hardy to chase. Just off the edge. Too much painting out there, though, right now on J.J. Hardy.
2 ball, 2 strike count. And Hardy takes that, so it goes to 3 and 2. So a 2 down, runners will be going. Hall at second. Tollison at first. Managers will pace or lower their heads or not watch.
Right, Bobby Valentine's head down. Buck Showalter turns his back to the whole situation.
Albers' 8th appearance against his former team. He's given up nothing. Orioles have never had a hit off him in 10 innings. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The runners go. And Hardy swings and misses. So Albers comes on and gets it done. A couple of big strikeouts. The Orioles leave 2 on. It remains a 2-1 ball game. You have won a total of $1,600 from the Maryland Lottery. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, play Strike It Rich scratch-offs and enter your non-winning ticket codes at mdlottery.com/Strike It Rich. It was a real good night to be a contestant.
Yeah.
New Strope.
Nice night for Genesis. Cool, $1,600. Pedro Strope comes in 19 games this year, 3-1. Boy, he's been dominating with that powerful fastball and hard slider down and away to hitters. Lefty's hitting .212. Righty's only .095. Only giving up 1 home run this year, and that was back in Anaheim. Pretty dominant.
So the 2-1 ball game moves to the 8th inning. And a real good one. Morales, a third of an inning. He had a walk and a hit. Darren O'Day, 2/3 of an inning, 2 strikeouts. Saltalamacchia will lead it off. Strope's delivery to him, away for a ball. Saltalamacchia. This ball game has had a walk and he has struck out. Switch hitter, 176 right, 297 left. Powers come from this side, those 6 of his 7 home runs. And that will miss, and Strope falls behind 2-0.
On Pedro's last outing, he had trouble with the first couple hitters falling behind early. He was able to work his way out. You'd like him to be able to find that strike zone earlier on. There you go.
That is right there. Strope got his 3rd save on Friday against Washington. Has 12 straight scoreless appearances covering 13 2/3 innings. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Saltalamacchia fouls it off to even it up. 2-2. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates tonight: Brian Mattis, that great 1-run 2-hit performance, 6 1/3. Tolleson, 2 RBI homer, the difference in the game. Kevin Youkilis back with a home run for the Red Sox. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. 2-2. Shift on against Saltalamacchia. Strope's delivery to him, and he got him. And the K's continued.
Yeah, there's that high fastball, about 96 miles an hour. And that's 5 consecutive Ks.
8 strikeouts of the last 10 Red Sox hitters.
Pretty impressive, and that's a pretty tough Red Sox lineup. Orioles are making some quality pitches on them tonight. I think much of it has been set up by Brian Mattis, keeping them so off balance all night. The breaking ball and spotting his fastball.
And the pitch will be taken up high. Daniel Navas had an 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. Strope with a 1-0 delivery, and that's going to be foul back.
When you think about the different looks that the Red Sox hitters have had to see tonight, now Brian Mattis throwing probably his best game of the year. You know, dominant stuff with that big breaking ball. Then Darren O'Day comes in relief, so they have to see a side armor from the right side. And now Pedro Strope in the 3/4 at about 97 miles an hour. Seen a few different looks tonight.
1-1 delivery, framed, no call on it for Strope, however, and the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike. The Red Sox have a 3-game win streak. They have won 9 of their last 11. The Orioles have lost 2 in a row, but have a 3-1 edge in the season series against the Red Sox. 2-1 delivery. Good off-speed pitch, but misses. Strope thought he had a strike there, and it goes to 3-1.
Yeah, pretty good pitch. Tries to backdoor that slider. Nice job of laying off that pitch by Nava. Pretty good pitcher's pitch, though.
Tonight's pitch track brought to you by Infinity, luxury cars that deliver inspired. 3-1. And a full count off the foul ball. They talk about pitching under pressure in some games and others where you're kind of comfortable. This is pressure.
Yeah, this is pressure, and I think this is the stuff that Pedro Strop and pitchers like Jim Johnson really thrive in these type of situations.
3 ball, 2 strike count, 1 down. And again, that'll be fouled away. Never refusing to give in, punches it the other way.
Well, I think every pitcher actually probably performs best in pressure situations. They have to step up and dig deep for the challenge, and understanding that every pitch is really crucial, so it heightens their focus.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And walking. So a walk here in the 8th inning with 1 away. Only the second walk surrendered by the 3 Oriole pitchers. Boy, and how about this name? Scott Posednik is back in the majors. Posednik called up today to fill the roster spot for Cody Ross. He has not played in the majors in 2 years. He wasn't even playing baseball at the start of the season. The Red Sox signed him when all the injuries started. He went and played in the minors for 31 games, hitting .238. And Posednik will take the pitch down low for a ball. So the 36-year-old who was out of baseball last played in the majors in 2010. He played 39 games with the Dodgers that year and 95 with the Kansas City Royals. 10-year veteran. 1-0 delivery. Posednik on the ground ball to first base. There's one. Relay to first is not in time. And fortunately for the Orioles, bounces off the facade and comes right back to Wieters, who is backing it up.
Yeah, real fortunate right there. Pretty good play there by Wilson Bediment, though, stepping up on this chopper and creating a lane for himself to avoid that runner. J.J. Harder tries to make the quick snap throw. Just throws a little bit high, probably would have been safe anyway.
That was a pretty quick return to the majors, wasn't it? Scott Posednik, a couple of pitches.
Yeah, no kidding.
So fielder's choice puts Posednik on at first base. And here's Aviles. Mike Aviles, the leadoff batter, 0 for 3. Couple of hits, 8 at bats so far in the 2 games. Strove's pitch grounded towards the hole, cut off. Andino gets him. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Bottom of the 8th coming. Great ball game. Orioles up 2-1. The 20th anniversary of Camden Yards. Vote at least 20 times. You can vote up to 25 online. A lot of deserving candidates on the Orioles and elsewhere. Make your selections. And 1 lucky winner is going to receive an autographed jersey from a 2012 Orioles All-Star. If you go cast your vote, you're automatically entered. That's Orioles.com/All-Star. Matt Albers will stay on to pitch for the Red Sox. And Scott Posednik out in left field. Bird out of the ball game. Nava goes to center. Or Posednik's in center, sorry. And here's Nick Markakis. And the pitch will be taken for a strike.
Markakis, a couple hits tonight, 2 for 3, 2 singles, raising his average up to 266.
Two to 1 O's, 2-5-0 for the Orioles, 1-2-0 for the Red Sox. And Markakis will follow back.
Yeah, Nick wanted that one. He'd like to have it back.
I can't help thinking about Posednik. You haven't played in 2 years at the major leagues. You got 31 games in the minors. You show up today. You didn't know if you were going to be on the roster or not because he didn't make the decision until an hour before game time. He gets an at bat. Now suddenly finds himself in center field looking in. Think, where am I?
Yeah, you wonder out there. As his head's down, he's thinking, wow, what a whirlwind this has been.
I was home watching TV. Now I'm in center field at Camden Yards.
Incredible.
Nick Markakis with a 1-ball, 2-strike count from Albers. Markakis 0 for 2 off Albers. Here's the 1-2 delivered. And that'll be foul back as well. Brian Mattis, 6 1/3 innings, gave up a run on 2 hits. He walked only 1 and struck out 9. Felix Duber on the other side, 6 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 9. 2 great starts tonight, and a 2-1 Orioles lead. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Markakis got jammed. Pedroia. And 1 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jones and Wieters due up for the Orioles. Adam Jones has faced Albers only once, 0 for 1. Has reached a new high with a 14-game hit streak for him. A couple of strikeouts, and he got the single in the 3rd inning. And Jones will take the pitch down low for a ball. Jones with the 14 home runs, reached them in 44 games. He didn't have 14 home runs until 90 games last year. Way ahead in the home run rate. Albers 1-0 delivery to him. And he gets them both ways because he's also tied for first in the American League in infield hits.
Yeah. Well, he's fast. He utilizes every part of his game. And one thing we haven't seen from Adam Jones this year, and I know his power numbers are up, and probably nobody wants to see this, but I know last year he showed a lot of bunt attempts. And he worked hard on that in spring training as part of his game.
Puts himself there with a foul ball. And the count will go to 2-1. 25,171. 25,171 in attendance tonight. And they couldn't have picked a nicer night weather-wise or game-wise. Just a real good ball game to watch, as every at-bat has mattered. Tolleson the home run, 2 RBI shot the second. Youkilis the home run in the 4th. 2-1. And here's the 2-1 delivery. And Jones will take it, and it's there for a strike. 2-2. Albers consistently throwing strikes these days. Right-handers 194 against him, 1 home run. Left-handers 185 against him, 1 home run.
Well, he has great movement on that 2-seam fastball. Throws it hard.
2-2 in the dirt.
And tries to get Adam Jones to chase that slider down and away. And boy, Adams really done a nice job on laying off that pitch. That's always seemed to have been, you know, his MO, that he'll chase, and he has on occasion, but not as consistently this year.
And Presley, the hitting coach, next to Chris Davis. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Got him. And Adam knew it. That's going to be strikeout number 3 for Albers.
Well, he worked him away pretty much that whole at bat with sliders and 2-seamers. And he has such great movement on that 2-seamer. Looks like it's going to stay off the plate. And at 94 miles an hour, it kicks back over the plate, catches that corner for strike 3.
2 down, 8th inning. Here's Matt Wieters. He has struck out twice and flied out. Gets to his power side. Shift is on against him, and the fastball is up high. Wieters with an 0 for 2 off Matt Albers, the former Oriole. Jim Johnson getting ready. Wieters would like to lay into one right here. And the pitch is outside. Albers falls behind 2-0. Both of these teams on the season do strike out a lot. I mean, this is an extraordinary number of strikeouts tonight, but they're up there, both teams, among the leaders in that department. 2-0 deliveries inside. The count will go to 3-0. The Orioles have struck out more than any other team in the American League, and Boston's 11th out of the 14 teams in the American League in strikeouts, offensive strikeouts. Both managers have watched a lot of them tonight.
Yeah. You know, they're aggressive. Matt Wieters probably going to be aggressive here 3-0.
And walked him on 4 straight. Well, the Orioles get a man on with 2 down in the 8th inning. Follow the Orioles with the MLB.com at Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. You can get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat 31826 or go to Orioles.com for details. Wilson Betemit. Betemit 1 for 3 off Albers, 0 for 2 and a walk tonight. 2 down. Wieters at first base. And the pitch will miss for a ball. 12:30 ball game tomorrow to wrap up this 3-game set. Will the Orioles have a shot at a series win? They will if they can put this one away tonight. Pulled the elastic on that one, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, it took something off that slider right there. Very effective after you're throwing 94-mile-an-hour fastball with movement. To be able to throw a pitch like that for a strike.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And that was one to hit. And foul back 1-2. Fastball that he got up a little bit. Red Sox bullpen has done a tremendous job after a rocky start in the first 3 weeks. They've had a 1.64 ERA in May for their entire bullpen. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Inside, nice block made. Saltalamacchia again keeping that ball out in front.
Yeah, really good play right here by Saltalamacchia. Hard biting slider by Albers. Almost catches Wilson Betemit in the foot. He's able to slide over there on his knees, keep it in front, keep it secure in front of him. Really good defensive play.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And Betemit lifts it in the air. Right field, way back. Goodbye, home run. A 2 RBI homer on a 2-2 pitch. Wilson Betemit and the Orioles have a 4-1 lead. Brian Roberts was talking to us earlier here in the booth. He mentioned Wilson Betemit as one of the key acquisitions in the offseason that has helped the Orioles. Well, he's just done it again. And the Orioles lead it 4-1.
Well, Wilson Betemit had just missed a fastball up and in earlier, and he does not miss this one. Boy, does he get the bat head to it. Keeps the hands tight on the body. Quick rotation. And delivers a late inning 2-run home run. And the Orioles continue to impress with late inning home runs.
And the pitch will be taken away. And again, leading the major leagues with the 2 homers they've added tonight. 67 home runs. Betemit getting his 7th. RBIs numbers 20 and 21. Bill Hall getting his first at bat, took over the DH role for Davis when he pinch ran for him, and he's going to get a base hit. All of this coming with 2 down, started by Matt Wieters on the walk. Betemit the homer, and now the single by Hall.
Yeah, base on balls, they seem to always come back and haunt pitchers. And in that situation, the 2-run home run certainly did. 4 straight balls to Matt Wieters. Wilson Betemit delivers the drive to right field. There's a good look at him right there. And then Bill Hall with the base hit to keep the rally going.
Now Steve Tollefson gets another chance. A home run, 2 RBI shot in the 2nd inning. He has walked and struck out. Orioles now with 6 hits. That ball will go to 3rd, cut off, and the play to Pedroia from Middlebrooks. But the Orioles are going to get 3 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1 on. Betemit, the 2 RBI homer, 3 outs away from a win, the O's. Find our fares online only at southwest.com and by Dodge. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive and go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup. 25,000 plus. Seen a real ball game, and now the Oriole closer will come on and try and not only get the win, but keep his streak alive.
Yeah, Jim Johnson's been so impressive this year. 19 games with his 15 for 15 in save opportunities, only giving up 12 hits. 19 innings with 2 home runs and 4 base on balls. And once again, he's always put to the test as he has to face the heart of the Red Sox order with Pedroia, Ortiz, and Gonzalez coming up.
So Jim Johnson is on. Pedroia will stand in. Ryan Flaherty's come on to play at 3rd base. And the first pitch by Johnson is in for a strike. 23 straight saves, the 15 he's put up this year. Left-handers 205, right-handers 133. He's retired 16 of 19 first batters he's faced. And the pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Pedroia with an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Chopper. Andino. Long throw. Got it. One down in the ninth. Updating the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. These are the results so far. Text in your vote. A, B, or C. 31826. Results on the O's Extra post-game show.
Pedroia's hit streak seems to have ended against the Orioles after 20 consecutive games getting a base hit. I don't know how many times I've seen Jim Johnson give up chopping ground balls that just get chopped right in front of the plate because of that nasty sinker that he has.
Sure did on that one. Here's David Ortiz, 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 7 in the series. Ortiz 3 for 10, lifetime off Jim Johnson. Shift is on. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Fastball, look out.
Oh, my
mercy. Right on the top of the Red Sox dugout. Oh, my. That was a rocket.
Yeah, they're dodging. Good luck dodging that.
Jacoby Ellsbury was close to that. And the pitch is going to be taken up high, 1-2. Jim Johnson, this will be this season, game number 3 that he's pitched against the Red Sox. He has picked up a save, given up only 1 hit in 3 innings that he has worked this year. Lifetime, he has 5 saves against Boston. Another one back to the mound. Ortiz, 2 down.
Boy, the Orioles fans really appreciating this ball game. Seen some great pitching, some clutch home runs by the Orioles. Tollefson and Betterman. And Jim Johnson, probably one of the best closers in the game, if not the best, right now.
Ball hit in the air to left field. Gonzalez into the corner. Ball game over. Avery hauls it in, and the Orioles get a 4-1 win in game 2. Brian Mattis, the victory is 4-4. Felix Dobra takes the loss. He is 4-2. And for Jim Johnson, he remains perfect. 24th consecutive save. 16 of them have come this season. Orioles win it.